Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network, and it's Monday. That means Degen Power Hour. That's right. We're going to cover best ball portfolio, DFS, Underdog, early look, and of course, talk Monday Night Football bets in just 1 minute. That's right. We are on to week 6 after tonight. Hard to believe, Steve, but how are you feeling about the way week 5 went? I know we have some fun stuff to announce of things went pretty well. And how are you feel about tonight's game? And I apologize again, me being late, that was on me. So Mike Robb, you can come get me for that. But no, how are you feeling, Steve?
I mean, feeling pretty good overall. I mean, first week with buys. But there were some good games, some guys that, we were on both just in our best ball portfolio and DFS and in props that we hit. We were right on. Others we were close on, others just missed. And some of it was, game script just didn't go our way, for some certain runouts for certain things.
Pickens,
Pickens or like Tyler Warren, like they didn't throw in the second half, they didn't have to.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Well, why don't you tell about your good week 5? Obviously, we had a good week 5 betting. I'll talk about that in a minute, but tell about your Wildcat sweat.
Yeah. So last week I finished 40th in the Wildcat. This week I was able to get up to 20th place in the Wildcat. Had a nice 20th place finish, won $500 with a Dak, JT, Javonte Williams, Garrett Wilson, Emeka Mbuka, Sam Laporta lineup.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I'm sorry, that was what place again?
20th place. So it was just like 8-9 points out of first place. Like you needed like Ferguson was the better tight end. I needed a better receiver other than Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson had a respectable 16 points, but there were so many receivers like Jalen Waddle had 20 points.
Right.
Plenty of guys got over 20 points.
Right. Yeah. No, but I mean, the thought process was right where you did. I'll soak up all the Cowboys touchdowns because they're probably going to score over 35 with Javonte, Dak. And then, if you could have done, obviously, Ferguson, but he went probably third or fourth round. If you could have done Ferguson instead of Laporta, and then any receiver over Garrett Wilson, even though it made sense from the run back, and he obviously got there trying to catch up in a high scoring game.
And, he almost got there. I mean, he thank God, like up until late in the game, he had almost nothing. But
so that did help him get there chasing the Cowboys. So that made sense. But there were so many other receivers that went off. You needed somebody else than Garrett Wilson, but the thought process made sense. And congratulations again, $500, nice, another nice wild card sweat. And you keep moving up here. Closer. You work into that top 10 first, thinking one soon enough, I think.
That's my hope. That's my hope. I've been, really trying to grind them this year and do way more Wildcat than I do the BR, but I like that $3 price point. I'll probably max it this week. I did 124 last week, so I'll probably try and max it this week and still do a bunch of BRs and some of the other like single entry or smaller ones as well.
Yeah. So the summary for us kind of week 5 is DFS wasn't great for Steve and I, but Underdog Battle Royale Streets, obviously the Wildcat was amazing for Steve. I didn't do a ton this week. Obviously sweating out best ball. We'll get to that in a whole best ball portfolio review, but betting was really good. Starting from Thursday night where we hit McCaffrey, almost hit, we're sweating out the lotto we built on this show on Thursday night. We hit the McCaffrey bet. Then we went 6-2 Sunday day on our individual bets, that we play a unit on and put on Substack. So we went, had 1-0, 6-2, and then we went 1-0 last night, getting obviously Diggs. That was you could have doubled it. He had like 130 or something like that. So, and then we had a parlay that just couldn't got Steve's guy, damn James Cook there. We had Drake May, I think 225. That was sailed past it. Diggs more than almost tripled it, and just couldn't get James Cook rush receiving there last night in the parlay, but. We did hit a parlay Sunday, a little low lines running back receiving. That's one of my faves. So we hit a parlay. I think it was close to 7-1. we are 8-2 so far on week 5 on our individual bets. Let's keep it rolling tonight. We've already sent out our Substack post with our individual bet for tonight and sent out our parlay. We're going to build a lotto parlay here at the end of the show. We'll add that. And then, we may post other stuff in Discord. Substack subs get access to our Discord. We're growing that slowly through our Substack subs, but check link in description, free week trial. You get something sent to us every day about DFS, Underdog, Battle Royales. I would listen to Steve. It's his rankings. And of course, bets and everything, which you can obviously apply to Pick'em. So free week trial and then just $34.99 for an entire year. Again, link in the description. Then come join us on Discord with that. So Steve, that was an exciting week for us. We'll probably have a video later this week. That was really fun in the betting streets. Let's keep it rolling tonight. But the next thing we're going to do is talk best ball portfolio. I have, I don't know how you want to do it, but did you want to just me pull over BBMD and talk through different stuff? And then we could eventually then bring over, I know you are currently first in the Drafters Mini. And are doing well in drafters overall. Obviously, the season-long format, weeks 1 through 17. I am currently, I think, 35th in the Underdog Marathon, which I really leaned into that heavy this year. And so I'm excited to have one in the top 50 right now and hope that will be a fun sweat for the next 12 weeks. So I'm happy about that. I'll pull that over, but let's pull over BBMD and talk it through. But first, let me, of course, say hi. And again, if you're watching over on Twitter, come over to the YouTube streets, hit that like button. We certainly appreciate it. And of course, if you're watching on replay, hit that like button too. Very much appreciated. And if you're watching on Twitter, come say hi in the YouTube streets. Let us know what you're thinking about your best ball portfolio, the week 6 early look, Monday night bets, all the good things. But we got our guy Eddie in here. Great to see you, Eddie. Of course, Mike, over diehard Ravens fan. I need a good Steve pep talk after the Ravens game and the pick'em fails on my end. LOL. Steve, give a quick 20-second pep talk to Mike.
Well, I think the good news is, I saw who it was. I can't remember who they played this week, but you have a bye right after that. Hopefully Lamar will definitely be back after the bye. I mean, that the team lives and dies by what Lamar does. And then, some of these other defensive injuries, I mean, a couple like Mbukwe is out for the year, but some of the others could be back, I'd assume, after the bye. And what I'll say is, right now, Bengals are in a major rut with the Burrow issue. Steelers have a good record, but they're not like unbeatable. Like they have their own warts, and the AFC in general is kind of weak. There's only 2 teams competing in the NFC or AFC East. We saw them last night, Buffalo, New England. There's essentially probably only 2 teams in the South. Probably Colts and Jags. Maybe Texans get back in it with that win. But and then out west, I don't think the Raiders are competing for a spot. So it's just kind of 3 teams there. So wild cards are going to be wide open this year, I feel like, in the AFC. And, only a handful of teams are really competing for those 3 wild card spots.
Okay, Mike, your guy, Steve, you always look out for Steve, stick up for him, rooting for him in Best Ball Jeopardy. He's got your back there. We got our guy Eddie saying Stag 35th is awesome. Thank you. Hopefully we'll just give a year-long sweat here. That's the thing with these marathon drafters. You can kind of see what rises to the top and then root it on. And then, sure, that could fluctuate throughout the year. Maybe it ends up being another one that you root on. But that's kind of fun because you kind of have this team. And my 35th, we'll get to it in a minute, was the exact same 3 quarterbacks I had in my Bulldog team that I was like sweating out all the second half last year and in best ball playoffs and finals last year. Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers. We're running it back in my marathon here. We'll see how that pays off. How about them Texans? I forgot Eddie is a Texans fan. Yeah, got over a win on the aforementioned Mike's Ravens there. Yes, Steve is still atop the leaderboard on drafters. We'll get to that. We're going to start here with BBMD though, Steve, just because it's easy to kind of pick apart what we want to look at. And then we can go over, like, if you want to pull up your drafters team, I can pull up, Underdog app for marathon and everything to see that. But I do think BBMD will be adding marathon and sprint soon. So that'll be fun to look at that here. But I have your BBM pulled up. And so you're 18 of 80, 22.5%, which is way above the field. But I know you were more like over 30% next week. But the thing is, you have a bunch of I mean, you even have a third place that's placed higher than a first place team, you know.
Yeah, I have third place in the top 60,000. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's pretty wild. So you have, plenty of just an eyeball test here. Actually, you have another second place team that's like below like 6 or 7 third and fourth place teams. So that's what's wild about the, pod stuff. And again, we'll see what rises to the top. But yeah, again, having 18 of 80, still 22% at 0.5 advance rate. And you've got a bunch of third and fourth place teams here. I'm scrolling down. And again, there's some third and fourth like way down here. So yeah, you've got a bunch that are really feel alive here. So that's got to feel good. What are you thinking about your BBM portfolio first?
Yeah. So, and this honestly goes to all of it. I think right now, especially once we get to these bye weeks, you want to be in the neighborhood. Like, of course you want to be ahead. But like between the bye weeks and of course tonight's game, a decent share of certain players from both teams. So we'll see. And with the bye weeks, it matters more. Like if I have a worthy lineup or a BTJ or Hunter lineup, and I might have only had, 2 like receivers above 5 points already because I had, Metcalf and London on bye or something like that, or Odunze, one of my highest receivers. So keep that in mind. That's a big factor. So yeah, I think being third, fourth, fifth is really key right now to be in the neighborhood. So that's kind of my strategy overall. I want to be around and hopefully just at the end, have the higher advance rates and feel strong about it. With BBM in general, I haven't really hyper focused on any particular teams. I do a couple.
I'm starting to do that, but I had like, I forget what totaled up to 420, 410, something like that. You have thousands. So I get why you can't hyper focus on any particular team. Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. Is there any in BBM, like looking here, and that's what, BBMD shout out.
It is great to
Patrick Donovan for doing this. You can literally look at, this is the top scoring BBM team, Brock Purdy, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones. Well, if Brock Purdy comes back healthy, sooner rather than later, that helps because you got Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, Eckler, Hurts, and Sampson. And then, 3 really nice running back combo there. And then of course, Higgins, Worthy, who you talked about, Pearsall, Diggs, who broke out massively last night. Keenan didn't even have a touchdown. He doesn't even have a touchdown in the year yet, right?
No.
But 200-yard games in a row. Very exciting about Diggs, Keenan Allen, Christian Kirk, Trey Tucker, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz, Harold Fannin. Are there any in these top ones that you've kept an eye on that you want to point out particularly that you are excited? And looking at the dates, it's kind of definitely more back-weighted in like August. Even one September 4th here.
We have that 524 one. That's probably one of my early successful ones.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers. And this is a big deal. Look at Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields. As Steve said, I got 2 quarterbacks, in the 4th and 8th, 9th round or something like that. I'm just going to keep it moving. Well, you would have taken for sure a 0 one of the weeks, right? And then, So it just shows and honestly, I don't think Jaden's I think he's had like 2 20-point games or something like that. So,
Fields has been my top scorer.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Yeah. And then same with Bucky Irving. Okay. I anchored with Bucky Irving. Well, it's a good thing you did have James Cook and and Javonte Williams in that mix.
J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins and Javonte were my scores yesterday.
Right. Right. Yeah. Not even Cook. Yeah. So, and then Jefferson, Higgins, Debo, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, Cedric Tillman, Roman Wilson, Jake Ferguson, Zach Ertz, Mason Taylor. Obviously, Jake Ferguson's been massive for both of us. But as you can see, Ferguson, Ertz, and Taylor have all counted for you, which is interesting because Ferguson's kind of dominated, but probably Ertz counted week 1. And then Ferguson and then Mason Taylor, I guess, outscored one of the weeks. So maybe last week, but I don't know. But that's very...
No, that's not showing scores, Meg. That's showing what round they were drafted.
Oh, my bad. It's a good thing you let me know that because I could have kept running. I was like, boy, this is a pissy score. Okay. Not quite focused.
But I actually wouldn't be surprised if Mason Taylor was a flex play yesterday because no Tillman, no Roman Wilson. Okay. Jaden Higgins only had a couple catches.
If we weren't live here, just pretend I didn't say that. That was embarrassing. Whoops. Yeah, Roman Wilson's counted 17 points. Whoa, I'm not locked in. Okay, I'm locked in now. No, I mean, that's fun to look at like the difference between an early team. Let's see your September team, who is literally right behind it. Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones. Obviously, by then we knew Daniel Jones was officially the starter. Genty, Cook, Charbonnet, Ford, White. White's been huge for both of us, I know, in a couple weeks. Nico, Travis Hunter, who you mentioned playing tonight, Golden, Downs, Keenan Allen, Wandale Robinson, Quentin Johnson, Tucker Kraft, Goddard, Freiermuth. So yeah, no, I mean, anything else you want to point to here? I mean, I think the biggest point for your best BBM portfolio is a lot of third and fourths to be excited about too.
One of the best things about BBM MD is the plus minus, because it lets it lets you know how far ahead or how far back you are, which is really good.
Good to see you in here, Juan. Appreciate you. He's on the Chiefs tonight. Okay. Anything else? So that covers your BBM. What else in your portfolio do you want to cover? I'm trying to do this in the most organized way possible, but I'm sure I'll find another way to mess it up.
I mean, I'm feeling good about where I'm at in the Chow Chow right now. I only did 9 teams, and
3 of 9 advancing, obviously 33%.
And I have a third, a fourth, a fifth there as well. And I think one of those has Worthy, if I'm not mistaken. So
this one that scored 672 in this particular contest isn't currently in 126, which that's not going to matter in the end. But, obviously looks like a pretty strong team with Baker, Caleb, Darnold, who's just been, wow. I mean, Baker, Darnold yesterday.
They were quarterbacks 2-3 on the week, I think.
Yeah. I was just going to say, so who was QB1? Dak?
It is actually either Dak or Baker. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Actually, wouldn't it be Darnold? Because Darnold threw for, didn't he?
No, I know Dak outscored Darnold.
Okay.
I know that.
So Dak, Baker, Darnold, a lot of people were writing off Baker. Oh, the touchdown regression. Sometimes people overblow one particular thing about a guy a little too much, I think, and don't just measure that dog in them, and just how much of a competitor they are. And, funny looking back now, draft night, us being like, wow, the Mbuka pick shocked us. Not so shocking when you got an older guy with soft tissue or injuries and a guy coming back from injury. Mbuka has been key to the reason why they're 4-1 and just dominate, looking amazing, looking like a very fun team this year. So Baker, Caleb, Darnold, I think that's a super fun combo. Genty, Achane, Cook, Scatabo, our guy, Braylon Allen, unfortunately out. Dowdle came up huge for you yesterday. Evans, Adunze, Debo, Chris Godwin, obviously we mentioned with Baker, Keenan Allen, Ray, Alec Pierce, Goddard, Strange. This is a really fun lineup. I like this team a lot, Steve. To be 3-9 in the Chow Chow, which has, good advance rates throughout. That is nice. What other contests do you want me to?
The Husky one, I'm doing really strong. I think
there it is.
Yeah.
So Husky 1, you did 10, you're advancing 5 right now. So 5 out of 10. And all of these have different advance rates. Was this one the one that advances 3?
This is a 3. Yeah.
Yeah. But
that
still,
helps.
you're advancing 5. You're, so way over the field for that situation.
And then my 4th place one is only 1 point behind 3rd. So
yeah. So you're almost 6. I mean, literally it's scoring higher than one of your 3rd place ones. So I mean, like just looking at your top team, I don't know if you have a favorite in here. Josh Allen, Bo Nix, Darnold, CMC, Genty, Pollard, Eckler, Jarquez Hunter, JSN Hunter, Travis Hunter tonight, Debo, Jaden Higgins, Keon Coleman, Marvin Mims, Tyler Lockett, who's I almost text you. He landed on a ball in the end zone. Did you see that?
Yeah, didn't count for fantasy, but yeah.
That doesn't count?
No, because the change of possession had already happened. Like if it was like a running back from, or like, Calvin Ridley drops the ball. Or something,
I almost text you. I was like, there's life. There's life. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I think Kincaid, who I was very skeptical on in draft season, but has obviously been, performing, had, I believe, over 100 yards last night.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry, who's been very much a go-to guy for May. May looked amazing last night. And Mike Gesicki. Yeah, that's a fun team too. Are there any other teams in here that you like?
Look at the other number 1 team, because I feel like I like that one better.
Lamar, Baker, or Geno Smith. So hopefully you get Baker back soon. Genty, JT, Connor, unfortunately lost him. Scatabo, Monangai, we'll see after their bye how he's used. Evans, Debo, Josh Downs, Rashad Bateman, Tillman, Dubs, Diamond. And these are like a lot of your go-to guys, like even guys further down, like a Dubs or Cedric Tillman, who I know is out now. But and then Diami Brown, Jake Ferguson, who, he is such a key piece for us right now. Cade Otton and Theo Johnson, who scored a touchdown when it should have been Scatabo. because I needed him for a touchdown parlay. But no, I mean, yeah, anything else you want to point out? Again, we will do like a show once a month, kind of like being like, we were maybe too high on this guy, too low on this guy, or we, we're happy we were so high on this guy, so low on this guy. Anthony Richardson didn't rank him ever as the QB1 in Colts, and did rank Daniel Jones. So we definitely.
Hey, he completed a pass yesterday. It was to himself, but he completed one.
I didn't even know he was in yesterday. I was watching Red Zone, but
yeah, it was total garbage time. So he came in, he threw a ball, it got batted up, he caught it, he got 9 yards. So
nice. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, we were always Daniel Jones as a starter, and always pretty much had him ranked above for most of the process. So I was proud of that. We'll go over shows or have a show once a month, kind of being like, this is what we got right. This is what we got wrong. This is what we're rooting on. This is what we're sweating out, kind of deal. So this isn't just full victory lap season. I mean, obviously there's, again, like any best ball content, you do, there's, and especially when you're doing rankings. Oh, okay, I wish I had this guy ranked higher. I'm so happy I ranked this guy as high as I did, or so happy I had this guy ranked as low as I did. Like we were always bearish on Ayuk and his outlook and that kind of stuff. So far that's bearing out, so yeah, I mean, again, a lot of season left to see where the chips fall, where they may, but we will do a show once a month, maybe in the next week or two. We'll do that for October. But what else? Well, I have your portfolio pulled up. Do you want to take a look at?
I think one that I just want to point to is go to the Pitbull real quick.
Sure. Give me 1 second. Okay. So 2 of 10.
So right now I'm just advancing 2 of 10, but this is what I mean about being very close on a lot. Like,
6, 14,
6, 14,
37.
Like, even these ones within 50, like,
yeah,
I think they're all live. I mean, do I think I'm going to end up with 6 teams out of 10? No, but I think a real good chance to have 3 or 4 at the end of it, which would be amazing. And so that's what I mean. Like, being close means so much here. So don't get discouraged. Like, if you're only advancing, especially in these types of things that are of 10, like 1 of 10, you're below the field. 2 of 10, you're just slightly above. 4 of 10, you're killing the field. So, like the small numbers of entries in a single tournament, like these kind of tournaments, like you can have major swings for sure.
Mike says, if you need help with the data on review shows, let me know. Definitely no excuse to see how the pros do it. Well, a great show and information. We appreciate that, Mike. We might ask you to help us with that, because I definitely need help with anything data oriented. We got in Sylvester Twinkle. Can I read that right? In here, Chiefs by 10 plus tonight. Okay. I was kind of on the other side of that. Not Jaguars by 10, but the Jaguars could cover. But good to see you in here. Thank you for joining us. And anybody who wants to come over from Twitter or is watching, give us how you're doing best ball, what you're thinking week 6. What do you like for tonight? Appreciate you. All right. Anything else from your portfolio that you want to take? Let's look at your Superflex. How are we doing on the Superflex? Are they rising up? Because I know
with the field right now.
Yeah, 2 of 3 in the pug. That's nice. Let's just talk. You got one, and you got 800, 282. And Emo Cowboy gave you a shout out. I know on Typhoon Tower that talking about. I know you and Who Hames and PPR Tyler were like really leaning into the Superflex, and I liked it too. I wish I should have done more, but he gave shout out to you, like, draft some of these backup quarterbacks, because they're going to hit the lineup way more than like a dust ball 8th or 9th receiver, which, by the way, you do have a couple, actually those dust ball receivers, Trey Tucker, and Slayton.
Hopefully Slayton's not hurt seriously.
Oh, I didn't realize he went out yesterday.
He got a hamstring injury. Yeah.
Oh shit! What is going on? These soft tissue injuries are brutal. But no, he's said shout out to that, and I agree, and I love that kind of context. And you and I started to do it where we would like handcuff a quarterback situation where we would. There was one where I had, I believe Tyrod Taylor may have counted. Did he put up some points that week or no? I don't know.
He had like a 20-point game.
Yeah, I had I have one with Fields Taylor. I have multiple with Jaden Mariota. I have a couple with some of the other, obviously not Browning, and thank God.
Well, if you did play Brownie, you would have gotten points 2 of the 4 games that he's been in.
Yeah, and he's disgustingly awful, stinky.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's how bad. Like even a bad quarterback can put up points, more points than like a really really
played
unusual
Mac Jones,
running back.
if you had Mac Jones in there as a handcuff with Brock.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I ever did him as a handcuff to Purdy. I don't think I did. Actually, you'd be able to see, but they're separated by the different Superflex. But yeah, you have 2 out of 3 here. But yeah, for instance, this lineup that's doing well in Superflex: Mayfield, Herbert, Bryce Young, Rodgers. Now this one you just did 4 starters, but I'm sure if I went through yours, you definitely did some where you picked off a 4th or 5th quarterback as backups.
Oh, for sure.
But you had a strong core there with Mayfield, Herbert, and then Rodgers or young Rodgers of 4 solid. But that's what's your thing. If you weren't doing like 2 backup quarterbacks where you're doing like 5, you definitely had, 2 really good starters and 2 like, starters that have low bench risk. Barkley, Cook, Scatterbo, Etienne, who plays tonight, Stevenson, who had 2 tuds last night, White, who had 2 touchdowns yesterday, Worthy, Metcalf, Shakir, Hollywood, Quentin Johnson, Slayton, Ray, Trey Tucker, who has come through here, and Mark Andrews, Jonnu Smith. So yeah, I mean, I really like the structure.
I'll probably pick up some points on that team.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. This is another one where you got 4 like solid starters: Josh Allen, Purdy, Caleb, Daniel Jones. I like that. I just wanted to see.
Look at the one that's sucking. Just curious.
Yeah, Kyler stinks. Lawrence has been sinking. Stroud stinks.
Stroud was actually QB1, I think. I looked it up.
He was?
Yeah.
Here I say he's a stinky fantasy quarterback.
I mean, the other weeks he wasn't, but last week he was.
This week he came through. What did he score? I guess they did have like 3 or 4 passing touchdowns.
He had 4 passing touchdowns. This is on Fantasy Pro, so their scoring system's slightly different, but he was QB1.
Let me just say, Mike Rob saying soft tissue injuries because no one is game massages because of Justin Tucker and Jason.
Maybe not wrong.
Got Legion 13 in here. Good to see you, Paul. You're not wrong.
Yep.
That's the science behind all this. I could be right. Yeah. All right, Puppy, you're with the field. But like you said, you're kind of as
like if you look, go down. Like I have a lot in 3rd and 4th place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Same again. You have multiple 3rd and 4th.
Like I have a 1st place down there.
Yeah. You have a 1st place that's behind multiple other. You have a 1st place behind a 5th place team.
Yeah.
That's the just wild stuff with pod stuff. But so
some of those still won't get through.
What's that?
I said some of those still won't get through, right? Because obviously they're very strong pods. But but other ones I think can still rise to the top. So yeah, that's what I mean about
and again, as the season progresses, and unfortunately there will be more quarterback injuries, and you're always potentially having a quarterback or a backup quarterback hit the lineup for quarterback and super flex. Like you said, that's a long play. Just curious here if you had some teams with more like any backup types, like or handcuff type situation. You did Darnold, Milrow.
I handcuffed, and clearly Darnold was the play.
Right. But I know, you definitely have plenty in here.
I did Jackson Dart
in this one. Yeah. So you were guaranteed the Giants starting quarterback to a Zach Wilson. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Zach Wilson at some point, the way things are going. I think that was a fun, situation for Superflex for sure. Anything else on your portfolio?
Well, I know we're going to look at Marathon in a second, but go to the Eliminator real quick. At 3 teams remaining, big elim, you have to go to Eliminator up top.
Oh, got it.
My big elim should go through. I think I'm in 3rd or 4th place right now.
Oh, okay, good.
So that should go through. And then
I put my team. I don't have any left. It's like, what the hell?
So I've 1 is definitely going through, 1 should go through, and then 1 I'm done.
Okay. All right. So the
one I need to dodge De'Ami Brown like 15 points tonight.
Okay. Well, that feels good. So you said Big Elim looks like it's going through, and it looks like these 2 or 3 are moving.
Yeah, hopefully 2 or 3.
Yeah. No, that's exciting. You got Barkley, Jacobs, Mason, Judkins, Shipley, Jarquez Hunter. I was just looking at who popped off this week for you. Garrett Wilson, Sutton, Ridley counted for you. Rough week with Jawan Johnson, Tucker Kraft.
That's the other guy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm reading the
Item
whole wrong
Buka.
team. I'm crushing it today. You know,
I did not have much Xavier Legette. I knew that.
We'll work out the kinks here, but get through the bumps here of using BBMD the most efficient way possible. Each week I'll get a little better, I promise you. So far, I have thought that their draft position was their points, and I was reading the exact wrong team. So anyways, this week it was Dak, Saquon, Judkins, you have Pacheco going tonight that counted for you. Higgins, Sutton, Higgins, Sutton, Mbuka, and Goddard that have counted for you in this one. But yeah, no, that's fun that you have hopefully 2 still moving on because it's already getting paid now, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So is this the second week of getting paid?
Third week.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Even Henry having a down game, Goff, Henry, Monty.
That's the other guy.
God damn it. So it's not always on the same side. Whoops.
It is not.
Okay. Nix, McCaffrey, James Cook. There's your guys. And, hopefully, and Pierce are counting. So is there anybody playing tonight? Because,
no, I don't.
Sutton, Cup, Keenan Allen, Jake Ferguson. So in this one, I mean, you still, even without, James Conner and, these guys not doing much, you still are anchored by CMC, James Cook, and London was on bye this week. Pearsall hopefully comes back. So
really banged up.
Definitely decimated this week. So yeah. I think look at eyeballing the two. I think I like this team more because you got Baker, Dak,
I'm healthier also.
Yeah. You're healthier too. So definitely think that team can make some more noise. All right. Not much to show on BBM for me because it was just for content, quite honestly. And that's not because I have an above average advance rate. It truly was just for, it was me partnered with somebody on Friends of Best Ball. You and I did probably, let me see, I can see how many exactly we did. We have at least one of our sibling showdowns advance. It was more. It's that 814 one that we've been eyeing up. I'll pull it up in a minute here. So BBM, it's a sibling showdown, that 814, where we got all that falling value, and we're actually in second place, but we're in second by a pretty wide margin right now. So that I hope that holds because I love that team. We'll look at it here in a minute. Candyman, my friends at Best Ball with Candyman because it was with Dak Stack, so that always helps. And my last BBM that I did on my own, I have a bunch of third places with Emo Cowboy, Who Hames, Pat Fantasy Dog Pound, and Sibling Showdown. So
some fourth places also.
Yes, I have some 4. Yeah, I have. So yeah, well, it's only 3 of 24, 12%. There definitely has potential for more because I mean, it definitely had a much better advance rate last week. So again, it's always key to look when you're looking at just pure advance rate, how many thirds and fourths there are. What were you going to say?
No, exactly. And, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know exactly these teams, but you could look tomorrow and you're only 1.7 points behind, 6.4, and not, 3 points. Like you could be advancing 3 more teams tomorrow, and this looks like you're crushing it.
Right. No, that's especially when you do so little. Again, I only did 24 BBM mainly for content for Friends of Best Ball and Sibling Showdown because I wanted to do a lot of the good advanced rate contests like the Husky and the Bulldog and, the Chow Chows of the world. And I wanted to do plenty marathon, which hopefully, I'll show that sweat in a minute. And I only did 24 sprint. And 15 eliminator, but I did 53 marathon. And then I did at least 40 super flex, over 50 rookie sophomores. I just wanted to be well diversified in all the different things, even though I only was able to do, bankroll wise 400 plus. I wanted to make sure I had plenty in each type of contest because sometimes this classic style, works. And sometimes maybe you'll have more success in like a marathon sprint or super flex type format. So I wanted to make sure I was all over the different formats. And that's why I only did 24 in the lotto for BBM. So yeah, like I said, 4 third place teams with Emo Cowboy, Who Hames, Pat Fantasy Dog Pound, and you, a bunch of multiple 4th place teams with you, Sibling Showdown, Greg from Coach Speak Index, and Tom Strachan. It looks like, and I was just trying to count up how many teams I had total Sibling Showdown. 1, 2, forgive me for counting out loud, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 Sibling Showdowns, and 1 is currently advancing, the one I absolutely love. 1 is third. one is 4th, and let me see the other two. One is 6th, one is 10th, one is 12th. So, but we have 3 that are in striking. 3 of the 6 have a shot, and that's fun. So let's look at the first one, which is 641. That is, this is the one that we drafted on 8/14. I talked about that. We did the round the horn, draft all the different flagship formats. We did an eliminator, a sprint, a marathon, and a BBM. Well, I think the marathon and sprint are both doing well, but this one, I really love this team. And, I try not to I've learned to not fall in love with BBM teams, because you could fall in love with it. And, that 1 of 13, 1 of 16 gauntlet, it could be bye-bye quickly in week 15 or 16 compared to some of those good advance rate, or having the potential sweat out longer with marathon and sprint. Not going to fall in love with it, but boy, is this team fun. Baker, Drake May, Justin Herbert. We got a massive fall on Baker, to pick 100. May fell to 120. Herbert fell to 140. We were able to get our guy Scattaboo at 110 or 120, something like that. It just fell we're a lot of falling value. Gibbs, Cook, Caleb Johnson, Cam Scattaboo. And this is where we got JCM before he rose. I want to say we got him in the 160s or 170s. Ladd, who got his first touchdown. Mike Evans, Travis Hunter, Diggs, big game yesterday. Keenan Allen, Dubs, DeAndre Hopkins. So a lot on the bone here with Evans coming back. Ladd, hopefully, doing, building on yesterday's performance. Hunter has room to grow for sure. Stephon Diggs looks amazing the last 2 weeks, 100+ yards, 2 weeks in a row, getting more usage, but still hasn't even found the end zone yet. So a lot of excitement there. And then Hunter Henry is anchoring us, and then Gesicki and Freiermuth. That's my marathon team. It has anchored by Ferguson, has Gesicki and Freiermuth. Those were my favorite late round tight ends that aren't doing anything yet. We'll see.
And Keenan Allen almost had a monster game. He had a 24-yard catch called back due to penalty. That one where Herbert got intercepted in the end zone is going to Keenan Allen. So he could have had a really big game.
Yeah. Let's look at my other two. This is my team. That's okay. Let's look at the 718. This was with Candyman. I knew it was a big stack. Dak, Drake May, Herbert. Oh, yeah. I remember we'd triple tapped quarterback. I freaking love this team too. Dak, Drake May. I just said I wouldn't fall in love and get too attached, but this is fun too. Dak, Drake May, Justin Herbert, JT, Jacobs, Pollard, who had a good game yesterday, Ramondre Stevenson, who had a good game yesterday, Ford, Lamb, so coming back hopefully soon, Sutton, Debo, Trey Harris, Leggett, who did score, Pop Douglas, Tutu Atwell. So definitely carried a little top-heavy receiver, but I still love the running back, quarterback, and, a little top-heavy receiver, but doing what it needs to do well enough with Sutton and Debo and kind of gluing it together. Kittle, Ertz, Freiermuth, so literally is taking a 0 at tight end, because Kittle hurt, Freiermuth on bye, and Ertz took a stone 0. So took a stone 0 there. But I literally found a lineup yesterday. I found multiple lineups, Steve, where we're big 3 quarterback meta, 3 quarterback strategy, for especially showing what's happening this year. And unfortunately, there will be more quarterback injuries, unfortunately. And big 3 quarterback stand. I had a lineup with Lamar, Purdy, and Rodgers. And it was you think you're fine for week 5 with Rodgers on a bye, but Lamar hurt, Purdy hurt. Even when you do 3 quarterbacks, you can still take 0. So let me see what else I want to pull up on BBMD, and then we'll pull over Underdog, because I do know we need to move on. I would say overall, my theme is my advance rates aren't where I want to be. I would say, if I were to take a guess, I haven't averaged it all out, but if I were to take a guess, site wide is probably 20%, give or take. And I've usually been between 25 and 28%. So I hope that improves. But I will say, whether it's some of the classic contests like BBM, or some of these other ones that I'll mention a few, or Superflex, or Rookie Sophomore, or Marathon, or Sprint. There's teams that I really like that I think can really make some noise. So hope the advance rate just naturally improves with my portfolio. But I still think there's some teams that are built very strong. So I know there was a Bulldog team. So Bulldog was the contest that I made the finals last year. I just talked about that with Dak, Herbert, Rodgers as my quarterbacks. Advancing, one of the 2 right now with the Josh Allen, Dak, Russell Wilson, Hubbard, Montgomery, Scattaboo. This one I don't like as much, though. Hit with, if Scattaboo, JCM can make some noise. Obviously, Najee Harris out, Tank Bigsby not doing anything. Hubbard, we'll see what happens when he comes back. Monty. So yeah, maybe Monty Scattaboo, JCM can do the deal. Oh, Neighbors. Yeah. So this one, I knew there was something with that one. And then, or was there, let me see, there was one, oh, maybe it's this fifth. There's one where I have like Henry McCaffrey. Yeah, it's this other one. Sorry. So that's what it was. In the one Bulldog, I had two, but I like the one that's not advancing. Fifth place, but 611 points. So it's just 15 points out of first place. It has, I think, a lot of meat on the bone here. Baker, Drake May, Rogers, McCaffrey, Henry, Scattaboo, because obviously Will Shipley's not doing anything. Johnson's not doing anything, but you never know. Terry, hopefully, and Mike Evans injured. Calvin Ridley had his first decent game, right? And then Bateman, Mims, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Roman Wilson, the receivers look disgusting. But if Terry and Evans can come back and do anything, if Ridley can do anything, you'll get enough. I've survived with enough pops from Bateman, Mims, Keenan Allen right now to hold this thing together. And then of course I'm dominating with Jake Ferguson, Hunter Henry. I mean, I probably had tight end count once or twice through 5 weeks.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, so love the quarterbacks, love the tight ends, love the running backs. Receivers are but again, if McLaurin and Evans and Ridley can do anything, I think this team could still, make noise. I think the Bulldog 2, maybe it's not the Bulldog 2. Let me check that. Again, I'm trying to look for either stuff I built on the show or just teams I really liked. Bulldog 2. No, those stink. Okay, Chow. I have a second place and a team that sibling showdown in fourth. So a first place here. Caleb, JJ McCarthy, Cam Ward, but JT Montgomery, Mason, and then Braylon Allen, Brashad Smith. We'll see, how he does tonight. Taj Brooks, Justin Jefferson, Devontae, J-Mo, Odunze, Dubs, Hopkins, Coker. This is kind of opposite. I really like the receivers and the potential for the receivers. And then Hawkins and Loveland, that really hasn't done anything. And it's still, hanging in there. But this is our sibling showdown. Dak, Caleb, Jordan Love, Jacobs, unfortunately, Connor, Cam Scattaboo, Ray Davis, Roshan. So unfortunately, the running backs are kind of weak because you're really just relying on Jacobs, Scattaboo, Jefferson, Ladd, George Pickens, Roma Dunze, Golden, Dubs. So double stack there. MVS, likely Mason Taylor, Pat Freiermuth. So tight ends are weak. Running backs are thin, but it still has some potential there. There was definitely another higher dollar one. It must have been the Husky that I wanted to point out. Yeah, I'm advancing 1 of 4 Husky and the Husky 2. And the Husky 1, that was the same one you pointed out. I'm advancing 2 of 4. And there's one of ours. This is a regular Husky. So one is in 47th place. Again, not that matters for anything, but Drake May, Jared Goff. Oh, I wanted to point this out. It's a Detroit handcuff situation. I do think that there are certain teams that this can work for. Detroit, I have a Bucks handcuff, and there's another team that I'm blanking on right now where both running backs get used enough that I have both. And some of it's a high price, mid price in the case of Bucky, or high price, low price in the case of Bucky, Rashad White. This is high price, mid price, and Gibbs, Monty. And there was one other one that has kind of done decent for me so far in handcuffing it. And I can't remember the team right now, but yeah, I do think that should be a conversation point because I think people look at things too black and white sometimes with best ball, and there's a lot of gray. And when you look at a team like the Bucks and the Lions, there could be multiple games where, because they're such amazing offenses, where both running backs score in the same game. And sure, you won't see the ceiling outcome for either particular running back unless the other running back gets injured. But what if it's just I'm going to have a Lions running back or I'm going to have a Bucks running back counting for me? Pretty much I'm guaranteed every single week, whether they're both healthy or not. And that's interesting and something I want to think about, again, even more gray next offseason, next best ball draft season this summer. Drake May, Goff, Rogers, and then it's Gibbs, JT, so double anchor with Hampton, so it's actually triple anchor, and then I just tacked on Montgomery, and then I think I was going to do hyperfragile, and then I ended up just taking Chris Rodriguez. J-Mo, DK Metcalf, Diggs, Pittman, Dubs, DeAndre Hopkins, Coker, and then Ferguson, Henry, Jonnu. And I think I just ended up still going 7 receivers because I was like, you know what? I addressed it enough with J-Mo, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs, Pittman, dubs where I was like, I feel decent enough with that I don't need to do 8. So I kind of
hopefully they start utilizing JMO like he has been.
Yeah.
So here's the tough thing with that team is with the Hampton injury.
Yeah. All right. So here, let's go to this, and then we'll get over to our marathon sprint stuff, and then we'll move on because we still want to cover
chat.
Yes, I need to do that. Let me go through this team, then we'll hit up chat, then we'll talk marathon sprint, and then because we're still going to talk early look week 6 for DFS for Underdog Battle Royale, and then get to the Monday night betting streets. This is our Husky team together, sibling showdown, obviously. What day? I think it was July 31st. Dak, May, Rogers, like that combo. This we handcuffed Bucks, Bucky, David Montgomery, Jordan Mason, Rashad White, Rashad Smith. I like that a lot. Lamb, Devontae Adams, Pickens. So yeah, it was a Dak triple stack. Lamb, Devontae Adams, George Pickens, JMO, Pearsall, Demario Douglas, Pat Bryant. I know the bottom 2 aren't doing much, but boy, the top 2s top 5 feel really good, and you need Lamb and Pearsall to come back. So it feels like it has a lot of potential to it. And then Loveland, Ferguson, Pat Freiermuth, obviously currently carried by by Ferguson, but there's no reason that the other ones couldn't develop down late. So I think that's fun to look at that. Did you want to pull over? I'll catch up with chat. You pull over your drafters, and I'll pull over
catch up.
I'm going to catch up with chat while you pull over your drafters, and then
there's something in chat to look at BBMD.
So my bad. Oh, okay. Absolutely. Okay. So Paul said, had Eliminator Sweat come down to the last play last night. Josh Allen, James Cook lost by 0.2 points. Hopefully not a preview to week 17. Oh my gosh, Paul, that is brutal. Absolutely rough. Do you have any of your elims left? But good luck to you if you do. That is a brutal sweat. Oh, thank you, Eddie. Check out my super flex teams. You got it. I will do that. I'll come back to that in 1 minute, but thank you for the super chat, and we will absolutely do that. Wish I did more super flex. It's wild. Over 1/3 of the way through regular season. 10 more weeks will be fantasy playoffs. I know. Don't rush it. I need to enjoy every moment. That's why I need to enjoy these sweats. No, we definitely will. I will. Just let me catch up, and then we definitely will. It's impossible to do super flex and have a chance. Steve was in 80% of the drafts, and we don't have any draftees not have 102% advance rate. That's hysterical. What is the top price for a big elim? That would be a question for you.
I want to say 50. Let me look while you bring up Eddie's.
Steve speak polo shirt.
Why don't you bring up Eddie's stuff now? I'll check out what the top price is.
So Incred, let me just make sure I'm getting this right. I assume was it Puppy Superflex?
I don't. I'm guessing, but I don't know. The big elim top prize is $50K.
Okay. Let's see if I found it. Yeah, I got it. Yep, I found Eddie's. Let me bring this back over. Happy to do this, Eddie. And yeah, you have a great advance rate in the Puppy Superflex. He's advancing 17 of 34. 17 of 50, 34%. That's awesome, Eddie. Let's see here. Got some other, 4th and 5th and very
across the board. Yeah, it looks really
fun. Plenty that are very much in striking distance too. So that's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just could you go down? Scroll down. Just scroll.
He's got a 4th place team, only 7 points out. My God, go ahead.
Scroll all the way down.
Okay.
So the very bottoms you can start, but anything within 50 points, even those 9th place teams, that 10th place team, 63 point, those are not out of the woods. I don't know that specific team, maybe you have more injuries and it's not going to get enough to come back. But those kind of teams that are 50 points back, not anywhere close to, I don't care if it says 9th place, they could really rise.
I mean, this one maybe not because you
that one doesn't really have the quarterback with Joe Flacco now being benched, but I'm just saying in general.
But here's a 6th place, 38th, Jaden Fields Goff.
And he didn't have a quarter. He only had one quarterback that got the week that both Jaden and Fields are out.
Right.
So his super flex had to come from another position.
Yeah.
And he just lost Amari and Hampton, but McLaurin will be back. Hopefully JMO starts getting involved. Godwin's now back, so that's just going to be a play for down the stretch.
Terry will be coming back hopefully sooner rather than later. Yeah. No, that's a great point. No, that's a very exciting.
So I'm going to guess he's going to have a very strong advance rate at the end.
Yeah.
Even if he loses a couple of those second place teams, some of those other ones are bound to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good to see you in here, Coolers. We came so close to a week with no big injuries. A shame about Hampton. Yeah, I didn't even realize. Did you even realize I was watching Red Zone? My family makes fun of me that I don't watch the game and I watch Red Zone. Here I am wearing a Victory Monday sweatshirt. What a fraud.
Hampton went down. He was out the last quarter.
Okay, didn't realize that. All right. So yeah, I didn't realize the top prize in Bigelow was 50, but I'm happy you're moving on. But no, this portfolio is awesome, Eddie. Let's check out your top team. Hurts, Caleb, Jared Goff. So hammered quarterback earlier, which you love to see, but still got JT, Kyron, James Conner, Dobbins, Justice Hill, Ford, JSN, Devonta Smith, Chris Godwin, Jerry Jeudy, Jaden Higgins, Adam Thielen, Alec Pierce, Tutu. I didn't know he was talking to you about Thielen, Goddard, Ferguson, and Ertz. Yeah, we love the mid late round tight end build, and that just shows it.
That's super strong.
This is a super strong team, Eddie. So I think you're going to have some fun with Superflex this season and hopefully and beyond too. But did you want to bring over drafters, Steve? And then I'll look up my marathon stuff.
Yeah, let me bring over drafters real quick. If I use the right button, that would help. So here are my teams on drafters. The two that I'll highlight are the team I am in first place in this mini 2. And I'm in first place by just under 20 points. No one left to go. So, maybe somebody gets closer. Maybe somebody even catches me, if they, this team with like 2 guys to go. I haven't really looked. But no, feel really strong about this team. Dak, Geno, Aaron Rodgers. So really just relying on Dak right now.
When Aaron Rodgers comes back, he can put up scores that.
Yeah. And look, Geno, as long as he doesn't get benched, he's going to be throwing the ball a ton this year. He's going to, that defense is so bad, but got let down by Cook. But and Scatterboo not getting that touchdown, but JCM comes up big with the big 27-point day. Chase, garbage time, Pickens, my receivers, it was mainly Chase and Mbuka. Keenan Allen, Darius Slayton. So hopefully he's not out for too long. And then tight ends, Theo Johnson. He was my
he
flex.
Counted as your flex.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson and Mark Andrews. So feel actually really strong tight end right now. Strong at running back when Bucky comes back. So that's
because I'm sorry. So it's Dak, and then hopefully Rodgers and Geno can still provide when needed. Hopefully not much, because hopefully Dak just plays a medium. But it's JT, Bucky, James Cook. I mean, that's quite a triple anchor there, and then Scatterboo, JCM. That's really exciting.
And then I handcuffed JT with Giddens. So
but hopefully JT stays healthy based on how he's doing for us. And name your receivers again, because hopefully Chase gets some upgraded quarterback play too. It's obviously.
Yeah, that would be nice. Chase, Pickens, Jacoby Myers, Mbuka, Rashard Bateman, Keenan Allen, Darius Slayton, and KLS.
That's, really nice. You clearly have the archetype for some PPR receivers in there too, which is really nice, because obviously a full point PPR site, and then obviously anchored by Ferguson, but you do still have Mark Andrews and who else?
And Theo Johnson.
Oh, who counted yesterday. Eddie
might have counted the week prior with that touchdown as well.
Yeah.
He's really become one of Jackson Dart's favorite targets, and without Slayton probably missed the next couple of weeks. Theo Johnson probably going to get pretty good usage.
Oh, these injuries stink. I did not realize. What is the Marion Hampton injury again? I'm sorry.
Ankle, I believe.
God, that sucks. Boy, they have the worst. The Chargers and 49ers have the worst injury luck. It's just absolutely
what sucks is they're facing the Dolphins this week, so Hampton would have had the nut matchup. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Eddie says, thank you. I wish I would have maxed out Superflex and amazing Steve. Thank you again, Eddie, for the super chat. And we're rooting you on in Superflex. And hopefully we're all in the Superflex finals together. But no, Steve, this team is amazing. Are there any other, wow, you have drafters pulled up?
Yeah, this is the other one I wanted to highlight. This is in the main event. So this is out of 118,000 plus entries. I'm in 101st place. And I feel pretty good about it. Like I got 173 points this week. And as you'll quickly see, I was down my top two running backs, Bijan and Josh Jacobs. So my quarterbacks are Dak, May, Sam Darnold. So my quarterbacks are better in this one.
They're freaking awesome. Yeah.
But Bijan, Josh Jacobs, J.K. Dobbins, Ray Davis, Rico Dowdle, who had the massive game, he's probably going to start again next week. Justice Hill are my running backs. Receivers, T. Higgins, George Pickens, Cortland Sutton, Stephon Diggs, Jacoby Myers, Keenan Allen, Darius Slayton again, Ray McLeod, Trey Tucker. And then I only went two tight ends here, Jake Ferg and Mason Taylor.
Hey, right now that feels really good. Just stay healthy.
Mason Taylor counted in my flex as well.
What was the top receiver in that one?
Higgins. So that I really need a quarterback upgrade.
Well, you have Higgins in one and Chase in one. So, I mean, can you start lobbying the Bengals to just take anybody? I mean, I don't care. Yeah. Jameis, Russ, I don't get Flacco. Anybody at this point just feels better than Jake Browning. No, I didn't mean about Flacco, but seriously, like you wish one of those Giants quarterbacks, and I'm sure they do too. Kirk Cousins, would he come for the cheap just to make some noise? I don't know.
I hope so.
Anything would be better than what Jake Browning is giving the Bengals and their pieces, for sure. Yeah. Cooler says, IR with an ankle, drop my phone, with an ankle injury. And, if they find a fracture, could be the rest of the season. Whew, I did not realize that.
So brutal to lose Harris and him essentially back to back.
I mean, they would have to trade for a running back. I mean, their other running backs are just pure dust. They would have to trade for a Breece Hall, So just absolutely unreal. That's so sad and sucks for.
They should literally be calling the Browns right now and say redirect Jerome Ford's flight from Cleveland to LA, and we'll give you a 5th round pick. I'm serious. It's so bad right now, and they need somebody, and Browns don't need Jerome Ford.
Right. Right. So. All right. I'm figuring this out. Okay. Marathon. Let's take a look at this. So I want to figure out, there was definitely 53 entries. Again, I leaned into this. I wrote several articles about it, or multiple articles on Fanspeak. We did multiple marathon shows on Fanspeak. As you can see, I labeled, there's a sibling showdown at the top, but there was several. I listed Fanspeak, labeled it Fanspeak list. If I wrote a list of my player targets and used the list but really it's a lot of, because I said marathon is all about player stands. The luck is not pod luck, it's staying healthy. And so if your player stands are correct and you are lucky to stay healthy, that's how a marathon team and drafters team can make some noise, because it's season long. We're not dealing with pod stuff. It's just make the best player picks in the best each round and hope they exceed their draft capital for you. And so looking through here, it goes from your earliest drafted. As you can see, I don't think I'm doing very well, honestly. The further it went through, and that's how people complain about marathon advance rate, or fill rates, or even drafters too. You probably should do most of your drafts in August on this, because it just is going to help you overall. I want to say most of my ones that are highly cashing, because it's, I believe in draft order, I'm almost positive, are the ones that it appears that I drafted in July and August. Obviously the ones that I did on stream, I labeled the time. So I need this to load on the phone to actually figure out which one's which team. Okay, I got this now. So it looks like the sibling showdown 8-14. So that day we did the BBM, we did the eliminator. I think we have a sprint team that's either advancing or doing well. 8-14, 3 out of the 4 hopefully will make some noise for us. We have that good BBM one I read. This is the one 8-14. I'd have to look and see what, I don't know if you're able to look while I'm doing this. It's 680 points is that, Steve, on the Underdog thing while I'm reading this, but Drake May, Caleb Williams, Aaron Rodgers. Trying to read. Oh, we have Hampton, this one. Christian McCaffrey, Hampton, Jordan Mason, Rashad White, Kyle Monangai, Justice Hill. If it's not out for the season, you hope that CMC, Mason, White might be able to cobble this together. I'm trying to read in order. BTJ, Roma Dunze, Jameson Williams, Calvin Ridley, Stephon Diggs. What is going on? Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen. So it looks like a 3-6-6-3. Jake Ferguson, Zach Ertz, Pat Freiermuth. So another one where it's very anchored by Pat Freiermuth there. Caleb, Drake May, Rodgers feels good. And obviously with Hampton out, it's going to need to be McCaffrey, Mason, White, and hope Hampton comes back. But the receivers just feel strong, even though Ridley and BTJ have left a ton, and JMO have left a ton on the bone. Think about that. This is a marathon, and those three have underperformed so far. If they can do what they're supposed to do the second 2/3 of the season, and same with Diggs. Diggs had underperformed up till last week, and especially this week really broke out. Think about what this receiver room can do if it kind of does what it's supposed to do. Did you see what 680's at? Like what?
Well, 680, the point matters quite a lot in this. 680.42 is top 1,000.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what does that make currently? Like, what is that?
$60.
Okay. But it's in the top 1,000. How many people cash in this, Steve?
12,000.
Okay. Okay, so top 12,000, at least double their money. And then it's obviously goes up from there. So that's in the top 1,000 with a lot of meat on the bone, in my opinion. The one I wanted to point out was, let me find it here. Why can I not? Oh, okay, yeah, the 736 points team. How do I find, Steve, I'm struggling here. I'm going to need, so it was the top one. Okay. Okay, so this must have been, okay, no, these are, I thought these were in date order, but they're not in date order. I have to figure out, like when these things were drafted. Again, we're trying to work on this to perfect the best ways to look through, using BBMD and using this to the best ways to look through, our sweats in our portfolio and what we're really rooting on and stuff. But it was this team. It's scoring 736. And again, I wish I could tell the date it was. I should have dated all of them. I dated some of the ones where I used the Fanspeak list or the ones I did on shows, but and of course Sibling Showdown, but I didn't date everything, and I wish I would have. But so I think this was later, but Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, those are my three quarterbacks in my Bulldog sweat. So hopefully this is going to be a true sweat too. CMC, JT, Cam Scatteraboo, Braylon Allen, Rashad White, Taj Brooks. So right now I've got four, the double anchor of CMC, JT, and then Cam Scatteraboo, Rashad White that are, very much contributing. Cam Scatteraboo had a very viable score and didn't even count this week because those three counted so high. Excuse me, T. Higgins, George Pickens, DK Metcalf, Steph Diggs, Roma Dunze, or did I read it backwards? Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, Steph Diggs, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, T. Higgins, and then Ferguson, Gesicki, Freiermuth. Sorry, I try to read it in order what you draft and I get messed up. But bottom line is I did a 3-6-6-3 here, and very similar to my Bulldog team, I kind of triple or double tapped quarterbacks in the mid rounds, tacked on one late, double anchored, but then came back to it and then just got a solid 6 receivers, right? Like rounds 3 through, I think I did like 5 in a row or 5 out of 6 picks, rounds 3 on. And then I just tacked on Keenan Allen like a little bit later. And then, mid to late round tight end build. And the late round tight ends that I was really high on with Gesicki and Freiermuth haven't done anything yet, but I hope they do something week 10 while Ferguson's on by, and I hope Ferguson can stay healthy. But this is a fun team. It is currently in 35th place right now. So I don't think you can.
And that was a team, just speaking of buys, like 2 of your top receivers were out, DK and Odunze.
Right. So I got past that big buy. Jeff, I have Higgins on this one too. So I demand Jameis to the Bengals be the most fun sweat imaginable. Yes, we're in lockstep with you. Please, please, please get Jameis. I'll even take Russ. I will even take Russ. Please. That would be absolutely key for us. We talked about that. We already talked about our marathon team together. Again, there's other teams I like, but we will try to find a more efficient way to do this. It's just, between using BBMD and the sites. I wanted to check out, I think we have a couple sprint sweats together so far here. So yeah, the 814 one is at 652 points. It's in third place. I'm just going to read it here. So I'm currently advancing only 4 out of 64, but I have, and this is why
4 out of 24.
Yep. 4 out of 24. I don't know what's wrong. 4 out of 24, but we have a sibling showdown in third place and fifth place. So that'll be good to use BBMD to see exactly quickly how much they're out of first. Or out of advancing, excuse me. So we have 2 that are very, very, very close to advancing, and I'm currently advancing 4. The sibling showdown, that 814, hopefully August 14th, we can do a big celebration this summer, because that would be freaking fun if one of these BBM marathon or sprints have a fun sweat and do well for us, Steve. This one, unfortunately, Burrow, but even despite being Burrow, May Darnold for the rest of the season, I think very viable. Bijan, Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Justice Hill, Braylon Allen. So to have Bijan, David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, Justice Hill feels fine. And Mbuka, Pittman, McConkey, Mims, T. Higgins, Demario Douglas, Tyler Lockett. Again, still a very solid receiver room, even like those really mid and late a lot. And then Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki. So Warren, Gesicki are carrying that. It definitely feels like a fun team, Steve.
Mm-hmm. No, and the thing to keep in mind with the sprint is right now there's a lot of wild card spots. There's going to be a lot of wild card spots. I can't remember the exact number right now, but probably a lot of third place teams are going to end up getting there for sure.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of our sweats have Higgins or Chase. So yes, we are demanding Jameis or Russ to the Bengals. Eddie says I need Russ to the Bengals, please. I'll take either. All right, Steve, now let's move on to the DraftKings. Why don't you do a quick review while I'm pulling over DraftKings and by the way, this is a week 5. So week 5 DFS review, how would you kind of describe it? Let's just do a summary and then I will pull over week 6.
It wasn't profitable by any stretch. I mean, generally I was on a lot of the right plays. I really played 4 quarterbacks. 2 of them were Dak and Fields, 2 of the highest scoring quarterbacks. JT was my highest running back. Unfortunately, the Hampton injury did hurt because he was like my number 3 highest running back. Just pairing him a lot. I didn't get down. I did a little Dowdle, not much Rashard White, because I thought that would be bad chalk against the Seahawks defense, but he got 2 short yardage touchdowns. I mean, he didn't run well, but he got the 2 short yardage touchdowns. So that was a little disappointing from the DFS standpoint. Great for my best ball bags.
Great for our best ball, though. Yeah.
I mean, other receivers like Pickens and Wilson just didn't do enough to get there. Mbuka, I played a decent chunk. He did great. The other, like some of the other cheaper ones, like Pittman was fine, but again, no volume there. Same with Tyler Warren. Like the Colts you knew you wanted Colts, and it was like in the lineups with JT, that was amazing. But lineups where you didn't play JT, Pittman and Warren just didn't have to do anything because JT did everything. So, it was just defensively, like I mentioned, Texans and Saints, both were very fine up top. Lions weren't as good as expected. And then, tight ends, Mason Taylor was very good. Tremble didn't do anything, unfortunately. But Mason Taylor was very good as a cheap tight end. And of course, Ferg was the best tight end, you wanted.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would summarize that. Like, I definitely take the all or no or big stand was like, don't play the backup running backs, and Dowell was who you needed. Basically, you wanted to do like JT and Dowell at the minimum. Is it Dowdle or Dowell?
I think it's Dowdle.
Okay. You wanted to do JT and Dowdle at the minimum, and then you could, rotate in probably somebody else as far as like a must play at running back. Who would be the next like must play? I'm trying to think.
Breece Hall. He had over 100.
Oh, Breece Hall. Yeah.
Didn't get touchdown.
So I do think that the 3 running back meta was still, it could have gone either way because there's a lot of receivers that hit at various price points. And then, I definitely saw teams at the top with JT, Dowdle, and Breece Hall. It was definitely those 2 at a minimum, and potentially Breece Hall if you did do a 3rd running back. I whiffed on the Dowdle, and then Rashad White was definitely viable, obviously scoring the 2 tuds. So we were kind of off that. I only played Rashad White in 4 p.m., but the rest of my 4 p.m. was like disastrous because I either played Herbert or Goff. So that just did not get there. I pretty much faded most of the rest of the Bucks Seahawks. So big mistake, huge. That was not the way you wanted to go. So a lot of my big stands were just not correct. I faded the Bucks game and outside of like one lineup with JSN and one lineup, 1 or 2 4 p.m. lives with Rashad White. I, didn't play Dowdle and faded that. That was incorrect. I definitely was like right on the Dak Pickens Ferguson stack, but like you didn't have to force, you'd want to bring it back with either Mason Taylor or Brees, not because Garrett Wilson didn't pay off his price enough. Yeah. So that, the stack was right, but the bring back wasn't usually right for me. And it's like I had a lineup where I thought it was like so well built for like I think it was like a $15 3 max, like I want to say it was like under 2,000 people. And I felt like I built it correctly for like the way you'd build like that, like a, contest of under 2,000. And so I was kind of fairly chalky. I want to say it was Dak, JT, check. But I had Scatterboo instead of obviously Dowdle. And then I think I had David Montgomery. That was like a big stand for me. You need a piece of the Lions. Well, yeah, all the pieces, including the defense, were great, but none were like a must-have necessarily because like the scoring distribution was just distributed, all over the place. So, I feel like you have to have a must have a lines when they're scoring that many points. But in this case, it was just so well distributed. But Montgomery was very viable at his price and a very contrarian play. So, so my only two, and then I had Pickens, Garrett Wilson, and JMO. So, and then Ferguson, and I forget the cheap defense I played. I think it was a viable one though. I can't remember if it's Texans or something. It was definitely a viable defense. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't get there. It didn't even cash. It was like cashing most of the day. But then because the 4 p.m. games went so off and my Detroit pieces didn't go off enough, it was like a chalkier lineup, but like the contrarian plays felt right with like Dak. Well, that was correct. That was a great contrarian quarterback. I think he was only like 6% owned. Mm-hmm. And then, JMO and Montgomery were contrarian. If they were the two that like broke out for the Lions, that lineup could have smashed. But again, it just was what else went on the slate and not getting a piece of that, either Dowdle or the Bucks. The rest of the Bucks Seahawks game. You saw people that were successful in Underdog or DraftKings DFS. It's like they got the right pieces of that Bucks game, had Dowdle, you had to have JT. Like, it's like there were just things you had to have this week. And just didn't get there for me. Anything else you want to say about week 5 before we move on to week 6 early look?
No.
Okay. Let's talk it through here. We're going to rip through it quickly because we still want to do this, do a couple Underdog Battle Royale drafts, and of course, Monday night bets. So week 6, how many games is this? I think it's 10 games again. We got another London game on Sunday morning. So I believe it's 10 game slate. Buys this week, I think do you remember the buys? Vikings, who else?
It's just two buys. It's Vikings and
I can't remember. Obviously we didn't draft those teams.
Wait, is it just 2 buys? NFL week 6 buys.
All right, let me catch up. Any idea if they're dropping Resurrection? Steve said you didn't.
Houston Texans. Yeah, I don't think they're doing Resurrection. I haven't seen anything for it.
Yeah. Texans, just Texans and Vikings this week. Okay, so but yeah,
I was right. Javonte was the running back you needed.
Thank you. Yes, Javonte. I knew there was like another running back, and he's one. I was like, I got pieces from all that game, not Javonte. So it's like I did things right, but I did so much. I did enough not that was just wrong by fading Javonte, fading Dowdle, not getting enough of the Bucks Seahawks game that it was like, well, while you got some things right, you got too much wrong to even cash. So I think I cashed in one Dak 1 p.m. lineup and one regular Dak, classic Dak FanDuel lineup, but it was just like, it wasn't good. It was definitely a losing, whatever. Eddie said he had a bit of Theo. Yeah, Javonte had a massive game, 2 touchdown game. Okay, yeah. So we're looking at 2 buys this week here, Steve. Obviously, I would guess Lamar will be out because they're week 7 bye. Purdy, TBD. It definitely sounded week to week. So the top of the board, if you eliminate those 2, is Baker, Dak, Stafford, Herbert, Love at the top, and Daniel Jones, 6,000 and above. What are you thinking here? We'll rip through this quick so that we.
Yeah. So honestly, even taking those 2 away, it's kind of tough here because these are all really good matchups. you know, Tampa versus San Francisco, Dallas versus Carolina, Rams against Baltimore, secondary, Chargers versus Miami, and then Green Bay coming off a bye against Cincinnati at home. I mean, yeah, you could make a case for all of them. There is a blowout risk in, probably all these games. Maybe not the Tampa San Francisco, but probably all these games have a blowout risk. So there is that. Stroud still got there in the blowout, but Stafford maybe doesn't. Versus Baltimore,
Right.
Chargers. I just can't imagine. While the running matchup is perfect, it's Hassan Haskins and Kamani Vidal. I think Herbert's going to have to carry this team on his back. And Miami, look, you can throw on them also. So I'm fine going there, but
and then Love against Cincinnati too. He could definitely, but it could be. I think you're going to want either Jacobs or similar to last week. I think you're going to want either Jacobs or the Love passing game. Which one? I don't know. But I think one's going to get there.
So I think my favorite, I'm going to say just early what I've looked at so far. Dak versus Carolina, and then Baker
They
Mayfield.
were blowing out the Jets, and they just kept pouring it on. So, I think you could get another game where, he only had 237 passing yards, but he had 4 touchdowns. I mean, that's, if the touchdowns are more, have more variance there. But yeah. So I'm sorry, your favorite is Dak, and is it Baker?
And Baker, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Baker, obviously it would be nice if Purdy was there, but Mac Jones obviously, definitely is scrappy and could give this a really nice back and forth. So I probably, at the top, like Baker at 6.6K. So yeah, Dak, Baker, we talked about. Herbert, if you feel like, hey, they're just going to have to lean on him. And I mean, watching that whole game, because I watched Red Zone. And I was in the 1 p.m. games, was at a friend's brunch that had the games on and Red Zone on. But watching the whole game, Steve, what do you feel like the offensive line is so banged up that you have to stay away from Herbert, or do you still feel like you can in certain spots?
Here's the thing. Dolphins don't exactly have the best pass rush.
I thought that's one of their only strengths on defense is like Chop Robinson.
I think people assume that, but it's honestly not good. Like against the Jets, they only got pressure when they brought extra defenders. Last week, I haven't fully watched the Carolina game, but Bryce Young didn't look, there are times where he looked fine. I think their pass rush is better than their secondary, but Herbert is just going to process way better than these other quarterbacks that they faced these last couple of weeks. I mean, Justin Fields, great in fantasy, bad real life quarterback. Bryce Young, not great in either right now. Herbert is just way better than that. It is cross country, which you don't like 1 p.m. That's not ideal. But look, they've had back-to-back losses. They need to get back in the win column. They're obviously going to be hopeful that Hampton's only 4 weeks and they can kind of just get through this, and Alt will come back in a couple of weeks. I doubt he plays this week. The other quarterbacks that I'd be interested in, Mac Jones, if he is playing. Though he's banged up, I don't trust that he's not injured with how he looked. But honestly, Drake May looked incredible.
He looked incredible last night. Absolutely amazing. It's so funny, the Josh Allen comparison. And I like on the broadcast, they say, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. He looked amazing last night.
Yeah. And you look, I mean, the last 4 games, he's completed 73% of his passes or more. He just looks good. Them losing Gibson, I think they're going to have to rely on the pass even a little bit more. They just don't seem to trust Henderson fully, and Stevenson fumbles every other time.
Yeah.
Diggs is warming up, and they're actually getting Kyle Williams out there more snaps. He hasn't really done anything yet, but I just could see them needing to throw the ball more and more. And this is the type of game, Saints are scrappier than people give them credit for. I know some of it was they had so many turnovers yesterday, but they got playmakers. They just need to, function entirely. Like we saw Shaheed with the 80-yard touchdown. We've seen Kamara and Olave do some good things. It's just they don't get enough usage with the offense. But the point is, they'll probably get a few points, and I think May could look really good in the dome.
Yeah, no, I absolutely think I'll be going right back to Drake May because his price is, yeah, it's up to 5,900 now. But given, the floor ceiling, yeah, like you say, he didn't get there in touchdowns this week. But if he's in the 2 touchdown and does what he's been doing, he should have a very decent fantasy score. And we haven't even really seen the ceiling. So far, the ceiling's been 26
that's my
points.
point. Is the
Yeah,
ceiling's coming where he'll have a 300-yard day, he'll have
yeah,
a rushing touchdown.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like, I think you can consider Daniel Jones and, Mac Jones and other guys.
I won't consider Daniel Jones. Cardinals are just so slow paced. They're so bad.
Oh, okay. Good
They're
point.
so inefficient.
Good point.
Probably
That's a
another
good point.
JT game.
Yeah, no, hey, I'm fine with that for our best ball portfolio. Moving down then, not Tua. Darnold against Jacksonville, Rodgers against Cleveland, Geno against Tennessee, Lawrence against Seattle.
Honestly, Geno, I would probably just that he throws the ball a ton. That's going to continue. Eventually, some will fall into the Raiders' hands. Well, I'm sorry, what's that?
He stinks.
Yeah, but we see this. Like, bad quarterbacks can get there. I mean, Justin Fields stink. Like, he is awful. Yet he's one of the highest scoring fantasy quarterbacks. And I know some of that's his rushing. Geno has that a little bit, but when you're dropping back this many times, like he only had the 1 300-yard game. Should have had one against Washington. But this could be a 300-yard game against a bad Tennessee team.
What about Darnold against, I know he doesn't offer anything, much on the ground, but Darnold against Jaguars. I know the Jaguars have been a frisky defense.
Jaguars are a good defense.
Because he kind of finally hit his, though we don't mind Mayfield, Mahomes passing tonight, but that's more just like, we feel like it's going to be a competitive game.
Seattle wants to run.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. Okay. Any other quarterbacks then? Because then it's just like dumpster diving down here. So, so you feel
this week,
like the pool will be Baker or Dak top heavy and May in the middle, probably most likely.
Yeah. I think you can circle that whole top group and then maybe May in the middle. Yeah.
Coolers was talking about the ETR line rankings, and then Mike Robb said the Chargers will need to rely on Ladkeen and QJ to hit the club. Oh, I thought this was like a serious analysis, and then to hit the clubs in Miami the night before. Oh my God, that was hysterical, Mike. I never know if it's like a funny punchline or if it's real. And I was so dead serious that was like a real analysis. I love both your funny comments and real analysis, but that was a little bit of both, I guess. They will need to rely on those 3, probably not to hit the clubs the night before. Okay, running back, JT McCaffrey. Just to use his monsters at the top, it's hard to get away from that. Then you got to change
also.
And then Jacobs against Cincinnati. My God. He had the massive, 2 touchdown game against Dallas. Obviously, they're coming off
71 receiving yards, back-to-back weeks with receiving involvement. I think that could maybe continue.
Without Reed, if that's sticky, that could be really, really interesting as well. Looks to stay tuned to Prop Party week on Friday. Jacobs against Cincinnati really stands out. TBD on Bucky, then Hampton out.
Genty his usage was really strong. 7 targets, 5 catches, and almost all this was like first half. Like,
I did not
realize. A little into the third quarter. I don't think he really played much in the fourth quarter.
Because I know the worry with Genty was like Colton Miller being out, the offensive line banged up, and so he didn't get there on efficiency running wise, and he didn't.
He averaged 4.8 yards per carry. He looked really good.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay, so he looked good despite the bad offensive line. Yeah. It's just he didn't pop for anything major like he did the week before, which had some explosives and stuff. But like you said, 5 catches for 42 yards is really strong underlying usage against Tennessee. That's a great shout out there with Genty. Then going down, you have Javonte, who I faded in best ball, and he's making me pay so far. Kyron, Derrick Henry at 6.2. What a world.
That is shocking.
Ken Walker, Rashad White up at 6K. Obviously, Bucky likely, I guess, being out. And then Judkins, ETN. Where do you go in this mid-range, Steve?
You have to like Javonte and Kyron. Kyron against Baltimore. We just saw Baltimore's defense is in a lot of trouble right now. Walker, it's going to be a tough matchup. Henry, bit of a tough matchup. Look, they gave him the carries, but everyone just stacked the box against them. This is another tough game. Rashard White should be good. Judkins, Steelers defense is rated 21st, but that's the first two games. The next two games, they really shut down, Patriots and Vikings running game. So the tough thing with Judkins is a good back. He's a very good back. There's no question about that. But the Browns are bad. The Browns have not scored 20 points in a game this year. I don't know when they will. Maybe it will be next week, but they're coming from an international trip. A lot of teams get a bye off the international trip. They do not. So the NFL hates the Browns as well. Yeah. And let me just say this. The Browns in 5 games, the Browns and Titans are tied for the lowest points in the league so far this year. And that includes the Falcons, who had a bye and also were shut out in a game.
That's hard work to do. Yeah, that's impressive. Okay, who else in this? So Derrick Henry against the Rams, would you do it? I mean, he did get a touchdown, only 33 yards. Mike, cover your ears. I know this is painful. I'm sorry.
It's tough. I don't know. Rams are a really good defense. I know the 49ers took it to them, but I just don't know whether it's Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley, whoever it is. The Rams are just going to put 9 guys in the box, and maybe Henry breaks one because he's Derrick Henry, but it's so tough when there's nothing else going on offense.
Yeah.
And I think this game script's likely the Rams have such a good offense. And so I will say I like ETN, Seattle.
Sorry. Talking about Derrick Henry, he said, I lost a damn Ford Fiesta on Henry this weekend. I'm sorry. That was a really good comment. Just go ahead. Say what you were saying.
So, I like ETN's usage. Seattle on paper is a tough run defense, but, I still think ETN at home is probably a good play. They're running the ball really well. And then Rico Dowdle, I think is,
against Dallas.
Very strong play.
Revenge game against Dallas. Yeah. Holy cow, 206 yards. Holy moly. Yeah. That's wild. I'm sorry. What did you say about Walker? And
Walker, so I'm more worried about the Jags defense is really good. And I think it's a good matchup. The other thing with Walker, this happened back-to-back weeks. He has a big long run, and then they bring in Charbonnet to vulture the touchdown. So it's just tough.
All right, let's cook through the rest here. You got some underperformers with Kamara, Chase Brown.
Pollard feels really good.
Tony Pollard, though, got in the end zone yesterday. Was good to see, obviously. So he's 5.5K. Then underneath that, we think Warren's back. Gainwell, that whole Pittsburgh situation, not touching Pittsburgh or any running backs against Cleveland. Yeah. No, not touching any Pittsburgh running backs against Cleveland or any running backs against Cleveland, period.
You can make the New England bet. But Stevenson clearly, even with the fumble, was getting more snaps. They didn't get a ton of usage. Henderson, I think, ended up with more usage, but Stevenson had way more snaps. Can you click on Henderson real quick? Yeah,
that's what Mike's just said. It's a social experiment to see who's going to keep clicking Henderson.
Yeah, so they essentially had the same number of targets plus carries. So, it's a great matchup against the Saints. I think there's no question with that, but it's tough.
I did think Stevenson got more in rushes, but no, you're right. It was the same.
He's out there for more snaps.
Yeah.
All right. Anything? If the Chargers don't add anyone, then I think we got to click Hassan Haskins' name.
Do we?
The Miami is so bad.
Yeah. You do Haskins over Vidal. Didn't Vidal almost score?
He did, but Haskins was clearly ahead of him on the depth chart and has been all year. So
this is painful. This is going to be another decision like the whole, Dowdle, Rashad White, all those. And so any other dumpster diving, but that's good to call out. This is obviously an early look. We'll do full breakdown Thursday. And then on Saturday morning, the show will be uploaded for Substack subs. Any other dumpster diving?
No.
Okay.
No,
so then who are your favorites? Obviously JT, CMC min one, probably. It's hard to, with their usage, to feel like totally.
I actually might lean Jacobs over CMC this week, just because it's such a great matchup. He could have the JT game. He could have the 3-tud game in this matchup.
Yeah, and Cooler says, and I'll catch up with chat, then we'll quickly go through receivers, tight ends. Jacobs, Genty, Javante, Kyron, Dowdle would be my core running
Yeah.
back pool. What do you think?
And I love that group. I think JT is just, you have to play JT. Like every game, I don't care the defense, I don't care the matchup. He's so good.
JT or Jacobs? JT.
JT.
Yeah.
But then,
Okay.
yeah, like I love the group that you mentioned. Javante's great, Genty's great, and then Rico in the revenge game seems real fun.
Yeah, no, that seems like a very strong core. Coolers Paulino in here saying, let's hope we get a low on Genty. I pulled.
We could, because I think people are just look at the Raiders as being so bad, and he's kind of. I mean, I think he's priced fairly, but since he's priced between like Jacobs and Javante, it's going to be. I think a lot of people have a tough time clicking them.
All right. Cooler says on Stack Kyler 5,700. I'll hear you out, but I don't think I'm going to go there. I think I really do like the base.
Such an inefficient offense.
Yeah, it is a rough offense to watch. Who Hames, we got our guy Who Hames in here. Good to see you. Mike Rob giving a hard time. Are you getting the snacks and energy drinks for your guys' 8 hours data stream tomorrow? Absolutely hysterical. Yeah, Hendrickson clicking is a social experiment. Again, good to see Paulino in here. Love that core running back pool for sure, with probably adding one of JT and CMC in most lineups for me. And then the loss of Ford Fiesta on Henry this weekend was absolutely hysterical. It's damn Meg Haskins is a good guy. Don't call him a dumpster dive. Yeah. I mean, it's what it feels like in DFS. Justin's got 25 touches 2 weeks in a row in play. Yeah. I think it's just that, like you said, it's such a bad offense, and maybe Steelers defense is improving, but I get it on volume and his talent that, definitely.
I actually like him better on DraftKings than I do like Underdog, because he's very live for the 100-yard bonus. He just might not get a touchdown because the Browns are going to score 1 to 2 touchdowns a week.
Yeah. Paulino says Ramondre was getting third down and goal line. Henderson. Yeah. So that's a good point out too. And then Huhain says epic week for some Jarquez Hunter. All right. Let's talk receivers and tight ends, and then move over to the Underdog streets. And then we will still do Monday night bets and parlays. So stick with us. He'll probably do another 30 minutes here. Let's cook through. This is just a first look, because again, we'll cover a lot more on Thursday and Saturday, both here on the channel and Substack. Okay. At the top, you've got Puka against Baltimore. Okay. This feels like it's hard not to click unless you think it's wow. Okay. I didn't even put those two together. This is first look. It's truly a first look. Jamar Chase did get 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards.
Who's not touching him this week against Green Bay?
Yeah, exactly. JSN, massive usage against Jacksonville. So there is a lot to like of like higher price running backs and receivers, which I think will lead me to a lot of Drake May potentially. Then you've got, I assume Lamb would still be out, and Buka at 7. Yeah, 7-2, Pickens, then 6-8, Devontae 6-7, same matchup, of course, as so I don't know if you also want to do a min one Devontae or Puka. So you wouldn't do Stafford in the blowout, or would you?
I mean, I think you can, just because like he could do what Stroud did and throw 4 touchdowns. Ideally, they're not too.
In that case, I think you just double stack it and you make it work.
Yeah, if I'm playing Stafford, I'm playing both, because look at Devonta. Like he ended up with 11 targets. Like he could have, there's just.
Oh my God, I had a live bet that I needed. I would have won 150 if he would have gotten 90 yards, and he came up 2 yards short. Whew, that was rough.
I needed a Devonta touchdown. So bad.
I had another one. I had the anti-correlated where I did 49ers money line and spread. And then whatever, I missed an anti-correlated last night by James Cook. I missed an anti-correlated by Devontae touchdown, and I'm gonna do an anti-correlated tonight with Jags money line and Chiefs props, and I'm sure it'll miss by something tilting as well. But definitely I think feels like a min one of Devontae or Puka. How do one of them not get there this week against the Ravens defense? Sorry, Mike, earmuffs. Okay, BTJ, Waddle, Tet, who you called out having a good game, and he did. Flowers, QJ, Myers, Diggs. Diggs against New Orleans feels like a strong click at 5.8K. Anything else in this middle range, Steve? Yeah,
I mean, I like T-Mac going back to the Chargers. Chargers 3 guys are all roughly priced pretty similarly.
T-Mac against Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then yeah, I mean Diggs and honestly, Jacoby Myers. It sounds like Brock Bowers is probably missing more
Oh,
time.
you said going back to like Chargers if you want to do like
Yeah.
QJ or Keenan Allen. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. And then what did you just say?
And then like Diggs and Myers, like that whole range outside of Flowers, who just might be late Ravens leading receiver, but probably not a good option here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean you're looking for, can they get the spike week? I mean Ladd could have had a big day if his punt return touchdown doesn't get called back, and Keenan Allen almost got a touchdown and a couple other big catches. So those all feel good.
And
Probably
some interesting names, 5.6K. If you think, Godwin is more than just an ancillary piece to Mbuka. I mean, Metcalf against Cleveland, Pearsall, questionable, but you have like Pittman against Cardinals. I mean, Harrison Jr., we talked about that offense, so inefficient. Dubs, he's been sometimes massively overperforming against Cincinnati. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad click at 5.2K. No. Olave, Golden, and then you've got like the Kendrick Bourne. He looked like Justin Jefferson on Thursday night. Didn't see that coming. Ridley, anywhere else before you get, because
Ridley and Tucker are in play in that bad game, but it's a bad game and it could have a lot of points just end up happening. I think if you want to pivot away from Dubs, I mean, Golden coming off the bye against this matchup could be a Golden game. They
hasn't gotten there yet. I mean, just 4 for 52 and 5 for 58. I bet his 50 prop and he got there, but boy, it was a sweat to get there against Dallas, which feels like it shouldn't have been a sweat. So,
but this could be the game that he breaks out. Coming off the bye, great matchup.
True.
Shaheed, it's a tougher matchup with I don't know. I believe Carlton Davis will be fine.
Yeah,
it's a tougher matchup, but he's good. He's really good. I wish Shaheed was on a team with a real quarterback because it would be so fun.
Yeah.
I will say for his price, Cooper Kupp had a chance to have a much bigger day yesterday.
9 targets. Yeah, 6 for 59. Why did he ever get any end zone looks? Barner was hogging the end zone.
No, he didn't. I don't think he got any end zone looks, but he had a chance for could have been over 100. And he was open some other time. So, I feel like if teams start to find a way to take away JSN a little bit more, Kupp will be the beneficiary.
Downs do anything? Okay, he was 8 targets.
He still doesn't play in 2 wide receiver sets, and my guess is Pierce is back. So tough situation. Not a ton of clear value right now.
The last few weeks it's felt like clear value. I guess you could go Torrey Horton. The Jags defense, like you said, very good. It feels like the past couple of weeks have had more value. What did Iomanner do? Did he do it? No. 2-3. I knew some people. I knew people talked about him last week. So I did Bond do anything? And
he had 7 targets, but Dylan Gabriel can't throw to receivers. So.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
I'll
tell you what, the past few weeks there feels like there was some viable 3K, 3K.
I will say, I don't know why it was Ryan Flournoy, but he had a monster game.
He was like over 100 yards. Yeah.
And Carolina is bad. So maybe it's him again.
What's his price? What did Tolbert end up?
600.
Oh my God.
Tolbert only had 1 target. Yeah.
Good Lord. So he was running wind sprints and did they punish Mitchell? Yep.
Mitchell. Mitchell played like 8 snaps.
Yeah. I figured that was it was sounding like doghouse situation there. Okay. So what price is Flournoy? There he is.
36.
6 for 9 for 114. Boy,
also
that is
2
something.
carries.
Wow, that is something. Yeah, but I mean, you could, point out these guys, but there is none of these guys that I feel comfortable clicking like I did the past couple of weeks in the 3 or 4K. So I feel like that is just going to be
tough this week.
Yeah, pricing feels a lot harder this week, and there's a lot of guys at the top you want to play with, the Rams receivers, JT and McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's why honestly McCaffrey probably won't be a clear play for me, just because I think it's like maybe the worst matchup that he's had. It also depends. Does Ricky or Juwan Jennings come back? That kind of bit.
Coolers makes a good point for pure value. I actually like Downs quite a bit for 4.2 at home and getting 8 targets. That makes sense because when you look at it, you're going to have to get value somewhere. Yeah. And there really isn't comfortable clicks in 3 and 4Ks like there has been the past weeks. It does feel like pricing's tougher this week, and 4.2 with Downs at home does feel like a the one click that I would be comfortable with in the 4K. So that's a good shout out. Let me catch up with chat, and then we go to tight ends and wrap up. Pay down for Jacobs in order to get Puka versus the Ravens. I think that okay. And that means JT could be less owned. Yeah, that is true. I mean, you're going to have to make decisions somewhere between JT, CMC, Jacobs, the 2 Rams receivers, so.
I think Mike is very anti-Ravens right now with that last comment.
Wait, this comment?
No. Nope, the other one. The Stafford, Kyron, Puka, Davis Allen staff.
Hey, Mike, let me tell you, my very first DFS win in December 2014 was stacking up the Rams against Washington. I was so angry. 2014 Washington, it was the disaster of like phasing out RG3. It was a shit show mess. And I stacked up. Who was that Rams quarterback? Do you remember his name? Was it Sean Mannion? Is that a name even?
That's a name. I don't think that was a quarterback.
That played in the NFL? I feel like it's Sean.
He played some in the NFL, but I don't think that was.
You don't think that was it? It was Sean Mannion, 2 Rams, those 2 cheap Rams running receivers. One was the kick returner and the Rams defense. And Gerald, was it Gerald Cook?
Gerald Everett.
Gerald Everett. Mm-hmm. It was I've always said it was a 4-man Ram stack with the Rams defense Rams onslaught against Washington. And most of the Rams were so cheap. And I think Mannion was like a punt quarterback and the receivers were cheap. The defense might've been expensive. I can't remember. And the tight end was cheap overall, I think. And then I got to play whoever I wanted and it didn't matter ownership because for some reason, I guess stacking onslaughting the Rams wasn't common against Washington.
Yeah, it was very cheap. So it was Sean Hill.
Okay. Yeah.
And you had, I think you definitely had Jared Cook. He had 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
And I think did you have Tavion Austin or Stedman Bailey? One of them I know had a punt return for a touchdown.
Whoever had the punt return. So yeah, I thought I did both. Maybe it was just Hill.
Tavon Austin had a punt return for a touchdown. So I think he doubled up.
Sean Hill, you said is his name?
Sean Hill, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember the guy in my first DFS one. Banked a $5 contest, finishing first for Sorry, it was just a $5 contest, won first for $5,000. And this was when you had to sweat till Monday night. So Steve was visiting me. Steve was visiting me. And the Monday night game, I had
Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Jordy Nelson, Monday night. But it was a big Monday night Falcon. So people had Julio Jones. People had a whole
that's right.
Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Julio double stack. So I had to sweat that all out all the way till Monday night. Oh my God, that was tough. But Jordy Nelson had 2 tuds. So yeah, I got to then stack whoever I want. That's back in the days of Le'Veon Bell. So I think it was Le'Veon Bell, AJ Green played each other. I had them. I think it was DeMarco Murray. It was like stars and scrubs. My Rams were my scrubs and low owned overall. And then I had basically all these studs and I did have to sweat out to Monday night. So that's my way of saying, Mike Robb, do a Rams onslaught, including including the defense. And let's see if the Stafford, Kyron, Puka, Davis Allen stack, it makes you a lot of money. I might do it for you. To try to relive my 2014 first win. Dylan Gabriel comments and means things he's ever said.
I just looked that up. Le'Veon Bell had 235 combined yards, 3 touchdowns, 6 catches, $185 on the ground. And then AJ Green had 11 catches for 224 yards and a touchdown. Yeah,
what was that Cincinnati Steelers score? It must have been
Steelers actually crushed him, but Green was just monster. It was 42-21.
That was like the essence of you want to, you don't have to stack the game. Like I didn't have to have, who was the quarterback for the Bengals back then? Carson.
Well, you wanted Ben Roethlisberger. He threw for 350 and 3.
Okay, but I didn't even have to have Ben Roethlisberger with Le'Veon Bell to take it down. I literally had a punt stack. So maybe we're all going to do this week. We talked about Josh Downs. Yeah, no, it was Sean Hill. How about that? Thank you, Best Ball and Call. We appreciate you. Yeah, a little reminder before we head over to the Underdog Streets, hit that like button for this and who. Absolutely. All right, Steve, wrap it up with tight end, then let's get over to the Underdog Streets. We gotta get to our Monday night bets too. Trey McBride, Ferguson, Bowers, Warren, Kraft at the top. Where you?
Yeah,
going?
I mean, Ferg, Kraft, Warren's okay, but Ferg and Kraft are probably where I'm going to be mainly at. But I do want to pay down. I mean,
Yeah,
Hunter
I think we're
Henry's
going to have to
fine.
save somewhere.
So go scroll down.
What did
You hit
I
the wrong
accidentally
button.
clicked on a responsible gaming button? Okay, probably need that too. But
Go to
come
tight
on,
end.
I'm trying. What's happening? Okay, there we go. Okay, under Kittle, Henry, Waller, Andrews.
So the guy I'm going to target is AJ Barner.
Okay, right. Yeah, 2 touchdowns yesterday. That makes sense. 7 for 53 and 2 touchdowns. Okay.
I like that. I mean, Darren Waller, his
more than a rapper.
His per route numbers are insane. So
yeah, 5 for 78 and a touchdown. Unreal. I guess we have to get behind it. Yeah. So, and he's up to 4,000. What a world. Barner 33.6.
if you really want to pay down, you could make a case for like a Harold Fannin, but I think that's then honestly with how bad
Browns are.
Browns are. I want to see what the status of like JT Sanders is and Michael Mayer. Because if Bowers is out and Mayer plays, I think Mayer's in play. If JT Sanders is out, then Trembles is probably in play. But yeah, tight end's going to be tough this week.
I wish Freiermuth ran more than wind sprints too. Anyways, Freiermuth and Gesicki, my 2 late round guys, not coming through for me there. What about Otten? If you like, he got a couple catches. Yeah, 4 for 81.
No, I mean Otten's fine. He's kind of got a ceiling, which is tough, but
right. What about did Taysom Hill do anything? No. Okay.
Every time he was out there, he got the ball, but he did nothing with it. But yeah, I mean, he might have one usable week all year. It's such a dart throw.
So I'm guessing Hames, you're saying double tight end, but like of these mid-round guys and treat them like cheap.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting thing. Like Ferguson, there's not a lot of like him and Pittman are the same price. Well, he's probably going to have more targets than Pittman and could have more touchdown. Pittman doesn't get touchdown, and Pittman's probably the best guy at that price at receiver. So,
all right, Steve, let's head over to the Underdog Streets and talk through our favorite, we did a week 6 early look. Let's do a essentially first drafts in an early look lens here with the Underdog Battle Royale. And then we will still head over for Monday night props and parlays right after this.
And by the way, Meg, we cashed in our prime time last week.
Did we? Oh yeah. Do you want to rip one prime time first?
Yeah. And it was Josh Allen, Kyron, Steph Diggs, Jordan Addison, Jerry Jeudy absolutely cost us, and then Dalton Kincaid.
Holy crap. Everybody else was so good. How many points out of first was it?
Because we didn't have staff. Like you need Stafford and
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like Puka.
Yeah, but amazing solid scores, and then just Jerry Jeudy.
But it's always good to cash. So
yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, let's do a primetime first in honor of that then.
Let's do a primetime palooza. We'll enter in 5 seconds. Enter in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is there not a London game this week? Because it says only.
Should be.
Oh, this is Monday, Thursday. Sorry.
Wait, primetime palooza is just Monday, Thursday?
Yeah. There's no Sunday game this time. That's on That's Thursday. London game Sunday night.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Got it. That's for the Thursday, Sunday, Monday. This is Thursday, Sunday, or Monday, Thursday. My bad. Okay.
Yep.
Chig, Little K as a punt. He's gotten 5 or 6 targets a few times. Raiders have been bad. No, that's fair. That's a good point. I mean, we're looking for value. So that makes sense.
We got the third spot.
Okay.
It's kind of tough because, I don't think you want to play Dart against Philly. So I feel like there's only 3 viable quarterbacks.
Oh my God, we can get Scatterboo again.
Can we?
Steve, come on. He got great usage again. I know he wasn't super efficient on the ground, but he got 5 or 6 catches for 30 some yards. He's just out there tackling like 260-pound linebackers when he's blocking. I love him. They were at the 1 yard line and they threw it to Theo Johnson.
Yeah.
So we needed that.
Just will they get to the 1 yard line against Philly?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know about that.
Well, so how do you want to handle this then? I mean, where is the weakness? Where do you want to not be weak at? Like, where is the positions then? I guess quarterback. Wait, click the quarter. Do you want to do Mahomes then?
Yeah, I think we take Mahomes because he could. Here's the thing. I mean, Hurts has the rushing upside.
Okay.
I took Mahomes.
Yeah. Okay. So, so ETN goes.
Do we take Scatterboo?
Yes. Just do it. We can't be thin there. Click the running back tab. I mean, no, we can just, we had to take Scatterboo. Look at all these other dust balls. Though I like Brashad Smith as a sneaky, but that's more in the receiving game, not like, unless he does like break one to the, but yeah, you don't want to, I don't think this is a double running back thing. So it got thin. We had to. Mm-hmm. Okay. Receiver, tight end. What do you want to do? I'm not taking Kelsey. I'd have to be held at gunpoint.
Tight end's the strongest. I think we should take a receiver here.
Yeah. Who? Hunter. Let's hope for a Hunter breakout. Oh, maybe we take.
Do we take Wandale?
What did he get last week? What did he get?
Not much. He had 7 targets, but there's no Slayton this week.
Oh yeah, I'll take Wandale. Let's do Wandale and hope Hunter comes back to us. That's what I think. If not, I guess you could play one of those dusty Chiefs receivers if you think Worthy gets banged up or something.
I mean, I think Juju's very in play, but we might be able to get.
They're really good against. They're really good. Jaguars are really good against slot receivers.
I think we may go Brenton Strange.
Oh my God, no, Steve! Please, tight ends don't matter. Let's just do Travis Hunter.
But Meg, then we could get boxed out for like a Noah Gray or Daniel Bellinger.
Fine.
Theo or
might score like 3 points on this slate. I don't care.
Okay. This is logical.
Okay, so we need 1 flex, 1 tight end, right?
Yeah.
Steve, you were going to take Brenton Strange. I mean, he could score more than Travis Hunter, but we needed a second we needed a second.
Yeah, it's just wide receiver is the deepest position.
Is it? Who would you take?
I mean,
are you at the top? You're at the top. That's awful. Slayton's hurt. Those dusty Jacksonville receivers. I mean, you could take it. We might still have to take a dusty. We're literally going to hope we get a viable tight end and still have to take either Brashad Smith or a dusty Chiefs receiver.
I think we definitely should take a Chiefs receiver. We have Mahomes.
Well, I don't think you have to force. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Do you want to get tight?
Get our guy, Juju.
Oh my God. They're really good against slot receivers. Do you care? Did Juju do anything with Worthy back?
Yeah. Touchdown last week.
Oh, that argument didn't work.
Could take Pacheco.
Oof. That was a rough best ball pick. What's tight end look like right now?
Tight end is Noah Gray.
Yeah, you called it. You know who gets a lot of touchdowns? Hunter Long.
He gets like 2 targets, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Let's go Juju.
Okay.
Honestly, probably Bellinger is the play.
Has Noah Gray gotten any targets?
No. He got 1 target last week.
He had 6 in the.
Yeah, that was noteworthy.
What has Bellinger got though?
Well, this past week he got 4 targets, and again, no Slayton. They're probably going to be in 2 tight end a lot.
Oh boy, we're really heavy Giants, but oh well.
I know. Not ideal.
What could possibly go wrong? Oh my, let me catch up with the chat. I'm sure my bossiness was talked about if I could take a guess. He's making up middle names for you. You need to listen to your sister and take Scataville. I don't know how he came up with Stephen for Francesco Alicia, third Esquire. Well, at least you listened to your sister and took took Scatavoo. Okay, Huhaim's all in on ETN tonight. I assume you mean in these battle or primetime Palooza streets. So maybe we should have taken him. Double tight end have been doing decent in some of these. Okay, that makes a ton of sense in these like short slates. Never mind, I was wrong. She's gone crazy. I love how every pick starts off with, Steve, who are we picking? No. It does start. So at least to Cooler's point, at least I start by asking you.
Yeah.
It starts that way.
It starts that way. Doesn't end that way.
Alicia, alley-oop. Since you have Mahomes, I think you just went Gray. See? Should have taken Noah Gray. Watch him score a touchdown tonight.
You probably will.
See, Kelsey is such a dust ball. He's so old.
Kelsey's playing well, Meg.
No, he's not. Oh my God, Steve.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He gets like 50 yards. He's lucky if he gets like 50 yards a game. He stinks. He's old. He's long in the tooth.
That he is. That he is.
All right, let's do a battle royale and then let's get over the Monday night streets.
Okay.
I'm getting tired.
All right. I will enter a battle royale in 5 seconds. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter.
I was deep in the Monday night research before this. Then I sent Substack. Then we did this for 2 hours. I'm starting to lose it. So yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I might have gone crazy. Sorry, guys. All right. Well, I just hope we don't have no Gray scores a touchdown tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our team's pretty dead with no Philly against the Giants. Philly
Your
seems
offense
like
hasn't done anything.
they're playing the Giants. The
Saints
just put up points against the Giants.
Did Kamar do anything yesterday?
He had like 6 catches, but it was all underneath stuff. And then at the end, they salted the game with Kendre Miller. So, but first 3 quarters he played way more snaps.
We got the first. So JT or McCaffrey? You're going to say JT, aren't you?
Yes.
Why McCaffrey might need to have like 10 catches.
Yeah, but I would rather play JT against the Cardinals.
Why is their run defense bad?
I mean, Tony Pollard had his best game of the year.
Well, yet again, I did it. Steve, who do you want to take? And I was like, no, I want to take McCaffrey.
So we did get FK, Peanut Punch, and Mike in here.
Oh, speaking of marathon, I think Peanut Punch is in second in the marathon. Or something. Or is he in second in BBM overall scoring? If you're listening, congratulations on whatever lineup that is, and hope I can compete with it if it's a marathon.
So I will say the other thing here, I think you can make a strong case for Puka 101.
Oh, and we got Mike here too. Okay, so Mike, Coolers, and P Punch. All right. Well, if you'd rather, or would you want to take one of these running backs and just try to get Devontae, or will he be gone by 12?
He might be gone by 12.
Well, what do you want to do? Let's talk it through. 17 seconds.
Let's go JT.
Okay.
I think end of the day, still want to be ahead.
I mean, just in looking at this, my God, does it feel good if you get one of the first 3 picks? Because to me, if you're getting one of Puka, McCaffrey, or JT, that feels amazing.
Yeah.
So Coolers will get Puka. That feels, like you said, we were thinking about him at 1. I think whoever falls there feels really, really good.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
So 12, 13, where's Devontae going?
He is 15. So
yeah, I'd say if he's there, we take him. To me, if you're not taking Puka, I'd want to try to take Devontae as much as I can. I'd want one of them, or Kyron.
Or Kyron. Like you want a Ram.
You want a Ram. Yeah, it's like min 1 Ram. Sorry, Mike. That's rough stuff. Yeah, Mike, are you able to? You got JSN and Kyron. Yeah, so you got a little Rams against his Ravens.
I don't think we'll go. Like if Pickens Dak's there, that's interesting, but I don't think you have to go there.
I mean, we
quarterback.
talked about it though. The only other Herbert, Baker, May though. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, quarterback's actually much better in this.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, there's been
Jordan
times.
Love could be a monster.
Yeah. Like you said, and especially if you're not getting Jacobs, you might want to play the Love angle. So what do you want to do here? Is Devontae there?
Yeah.
I think he should be one of the picks. Let's talk through the rest. So if we're not going Dak, Pickens, Pickens went. Okay. So what do you want to do with our second pick?
Ooh, it would be a reach. McMillan's
let's talk it through. Let's talk. You didn't do the move of let's talk it through. And
McMillan's fine, but I like Diggs a lot.
Would Diggs come back to us? No, probably.
No. Yeah. Could take Judkins.
Okay, quickly, 7 seconds. So go.
Do you want to do Dak and then try and get
No. Get the Diggs. Get Diggs.
Okay.
You just said all these quarterbacks you like more or not
more.
But
it's also like a reach perspective. Like we're reaching for all these guys. Like
but like Coolers has said, it's more like a tier breaks type stuff.
No, I mean I agree. And
getting Diggs with our third pick is fine to me because now we can get May and you didn't even like Judkins in DFS. Like I understand some of the plays you like in DFS you don't like here, or some of the plays you like here you don't like in DFS.
Yeah, no, I mean I probably like Rico and ETN more. So
right,
good with that.
Right. So I think that's good that we did it that way. Because I'm very high on Diggs to keep the progress going and maybe finally find the end zone against New Orleans.
I didn't realize Ferg has a Q tag.
Oh God. Oh my God. I have so many lineups that need him to carry the weight. So what is it saying if you click on it? It doesn't have like why is a Q tag?
Nope.
Oh God, please be okay. Need a prayer circle for Ferg. Okay, so what is May's ADP?
Last round.
Okay.
We can just wait at quarterback, May or Stafford, either one.
I like May way more than Stafford, though.
I mean, Stafford's more alive.
Go to the board. How many people have taken quarterbacks? Quickly go to the board. The board.
One. You can see up top.
I didn't think of that.
She hates he's the only one with the quarterback.
Okay. So what do you want to do then?
Do you want to do ETN?
Yeah, that's fine. So let's talk it through.
Yeah, this is a bad range. I mean, we could take Waller.
I mean, to me, we just take May if we just are going to scroll down for a tight end. Like, why would we?
I don't know if I would rank May ahead of Stafford.
Oh my God, I would with the rushing.
Yeah, but he hasn't run that much.
Steve, we don't even have any of the Rams receivers.
We had Devontae.
Oh, I forgot we took Devontae.
Let's just get tight end done.
Okay, and then we'll take one of.
We'll do Waller or Hunter Henry. Tight end is thin this week.
You pick. Quick 2 seconds pick. Okay.
I'll just do Waller.
Boy, you really take that down to the sweat level. All right. Do you notice when I don't have control, I don't do well. This is like a life thing that, I'm pretty aware of. My therapist and I have talked about it. It's not just a Steve and I work thing or Underdog battle royale thing. It's a life thing. I feel very abnormal when I don't have control. So yeah, we're hoping for Mayor Stafford because with the stacks, right?
And I know it's just the last 2 weeks, but back-to-back 25+ point games.
Yeah.
May's just not gotten that threshold yet. Oh, he did 26, but it's just tough.
All right. While we're waiting for this to come back,
Like don't get me wrong, I would probably rank May 6th or 7th among quarterbacks, but I think Stafford I would probably rank 5th.
Mike says you have to be crazy to think Chiefs won't force feed Kelsey night, Monday Night Football. Brother there, doing the game. Lady just had her album thing. And his 58th birthday was yesterday. Oh, did he just have a birthday yesterday? I knew he does have like an October birthday. For some reason, I remember that. And then, yes, F.A. Cooler says second in total BBM points, and Peanut Punch is in here. Yes, congrats, Peanut Punch, on sweating out the second total points in BBM. Nice. That is absolutely awesome. We are rooting you on because I'm nowhere close to that, but that is absolutely awesome, P Punch. Yeah, very, very cool. Who says, I feel like Jacobs should be in the first group. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you like, yeah, the first round feels good. Can I draft 6 Rams? Meg needs to pick up smoking when she streams drafts. The woman is stressed. I didn't even have Rudy on my lap today. He's just been snoozing. He was jumping on my lap earlier when we were meeting about Monday night picks, and then
May went.
Oh God!
But we'll get Stafford because FK and she hates me already have quarterbacks.
All right. Wait, the handle is she hates me.
She hates me 13, or she hate me.
Oh my God. That's really funny. Oh my. I think we're just going to do one battle royale because it's 7:15 and we need to rip through some Monday night bets, and I still need to do more stuff for that. Personally, want to get some more bets in, and then we're down to an hour.
All right. Well, that was our fun team.
Or read it out really quick, and then you can read their teams too.
Stafford, JT, ETN. So hopefully he doesn't get injured tonight. Knowing our luck. No, obviously that is a nice thing. You can replace guys.
Yeah.
Adams, Devontae Adams, Steph Diggs, and Darren Waller. Did not think I'd be drafting Darren Waller.
Week 6 of NFL season, the rapper.
We'll go for FK's team first. 1, nice. 2, 2, 1. Baker, Genty, Rico Dowdle, Puka, Marvin Harrison, Tyler Warren.
I like that.
And then Peanut Punch, 1, 2, 2, 1.
Oh, he's going to do it. Let's swap him out if he.
Yeah. Jacobs, Javante, T-Mac, Zay Flowers. So probably really hoping Lamar plays. And then Tucker Kraft. But if Lamar plays, that would be fun.
That's fun to get the Green Bay. I guess Jordan Love didn't get drafted, so he could switch out to Love. He's got double Green Bay. That makes sense. Very nice.
And then Mike, 1, 2, 2, 1 as well. Justin Herbert, Kyron, Quinshon Judkins, JSN, CD Lamb, he can also switch out if need be, and then Trey McBride.
Who's the top receivers that he could switch out to, just out of curiosity? Like Waddle and McConkey. Yeah, there's a lot of viable switch out options there. So I like that too, Mike. Very fun draft, guys. We appreciate you drafting them with us. I know it's quick time in the Underdog streets. We are now going to head over to Monday night props and parlays. So let me bring that over. I assume there's a comment Steve's laughing at. Yeah. 6 rounds. Okay, I picked up smoking because I'm stressed. Is that Steve's off account screen name? That sounds like a lover's quarrel. Like, I don't know, his ex-wife hates him or something. And your sister loves you, Steve. So she does. She does. All right, let's bring over the Vandal streets here. Steve, talk about Monday Night Football. We've got Chiefs at the Jaguars. Let me bring it over. Oops, I almost just got out of a StreamYard. That would have been bad.
So, tonight's game, Chiefs, hopefully, it sounds like Xavier Worthy's going to play. Hopefully he is back and looking good. He looked amazing last week, really jump-started the Chiefs offense. It wasn't just because the Ravens were missing so many guys. Even before some of the later guys got injured, Mahomes was just cooking last week. We saw it was one of those things that everyone got there, not just Worthy. Pacheco got a receiving touchdown, Juju, Hollywood, Thornton, they're just dealing whatever Mahomes is doing. It sounds like they're getting Brashard Smith more involved, which is a big plus because Pacheco Hunt is definitely their weak point right now. From the Jags side, the Jags had a nice win against the 49ers. They are looking good this year. look, they're going through their growing pains, and we still are waiting for like the Lawrence, BTJ, Hunter, et cetera, breakout. But right now, ETN is carrying this team, literally and figuratively. He's gained more and more of workload. They already traded away Bigsby. It has not been the Tootin show. It has been the ETN show. He had a monster game against the 49ers last week. He's been their kind of their offense right now. It sounds like De'Ami Brown is going to play tonight. So he's back. He was actually looking, honestly, has been the most consistent receiver. Brenton Strange has been looking good. I think eventually the Jags passing game really does break out. Sounds like BTJ is dealing with injury, and Hunter is just, learning as a rookie, as we see with a lot of these guys. So.
Yeah. So spread is, so Chiefs are 3.5 point favorites on the road. Total is 45.5. Earmuffs, Hames, but I'd like the Jaguars to cover. Even think they could be a sneaky home dog. And I don't know, over under, I don't have a comfortable lean on that. How do you see this game going from a spread total standpoint?
So I just checked Underdog to get the latest news. Travion Walker is going to be inactive for the Jags. He's probably number 2 or number 3 pass rusher. So that is a body blow for them. Still good defense, but definitely a boost for the Chiefs, and Worthy is active and should be playing. So,
right. Okay.
So yeah, I think that is a boost for the Chiefs. I think this will be a close game. Jags have played well this year. And I think they're just going to keep getting better and better.
I think their defense has been good. I understand that's a big loss for him to be out. I didn't know that he was dealing with the injury. Cooler says I was actually leaning Jags and points too. Who says I fully understand why there's a shirt with Meg with attitude in bold. Yes, attitude is free. That's a Alex Smith Washington t-shirt when he was going through his recovery. I'm not betting the spread, but it's a good spread. Yeah. Okay. Obviously Chiefs fan. That's why I said that about two Hooheems. So that's the total and the sides. Touchdown scores. Let's talk touchdowns. First touchdown, obviously, ETN, Kelsey, Worthy, even Brian Thomas are 10-1 and below. Any frisky first touchdowns you like that are longer shots, Steve, to sprinkle on?
Yeah, I mean, I will go on the Chiefs side just because I think they are the better offense. I will go with my guy Juju.
For the love of God.
He's there. Mahomes trusts him. I think that is clear. Thornton really saw his snap share plummet with Worthy back last week.
Yeah.
Juju and Hollywood should be out there in 3 wide receiver sets with Worthy most of the time. And Juju does have some red zone usage.
Okay. All right. So Coolers likes Thornton too. And he took what I was going to say. Let's stick with the tight end theme. What was it last Thursday? I talked about Jake Tonjes, and then I was so busy I forgot to put it in. So I'm going to put in a Brenton Strange. I just do a little sprinkle on Brenton Strange at 20-1. Feels fun. How much usage do you think Brashad Smith gets in the passing game? Hoohems 27-1. I like his receiving, though there hasn't been props. I'll see if there is now. So, I'd also say Hunter. If you say Hunter gets his first touchdown, somehow gets going, 17-1 feels fun. So I'll probably do those, but I get your point.
I'm rooting against it, but De'Ami Brown actually feels good. He was highly involved before he got injured.
Why are you rooting against it?
Because that eliminator team, I need De'Ami to be under 14 points.
Okay, so we're rooting against that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's first touchdowns. In this game, everybody's plus odds to score, or even money or plus odds to score. That's fun. You'd probably obviously like even money for ETN, I'm guessing. Yeah. You can run on the
anytime you get a feature back, even money or better, that's a win.
Yeah, totally 100% agree. Kelsey plus 165, Worthy plus 155, BTJ plus 190. To me, like I might take a shot at Travis Hunter over 3-1, plus 350, or Brenton Strange. I think one of those guys could score tonight. I think those are fun, nice odds based on the likelihood. I think they're fun odds because you're getting 350 and 400. So I think that's interesting. Okay, so that's touchdowns. Now let's talk about props. Steve, I'll let you talk about Patrick Mahomes passing. We bet it on DraftKings at, I think, around even money. because you can get the 260 threshold at still like around even money, or I think it was plus 108. Again, we sent our bet and SGP to Substack subs and posted SGP in Discord. And that's for Substack subs. Link in the description, a full week free trial, and then just $34.99 for a year. We send stuff every single day. So what else do you like here, Steve? Or excuse me, tell why you liked the Mahomes passing, or why we like the Mahomes passing.
Yeah. So simply put, especially with Worthy back, I think we saw Mahomes just really get unlocked last week. And the other portion of this is they can't run the football. They just can't. They're really bad at it right now. Their pass blocking is much better than the run blocking.
Bummed for my Pacheco bags. I ended up trying to get overweight by the end. I want to say I ended up with like 9% or something.
Yeah, it's not looking great right now. But and I don't think that's going to improve against the Jags. Defense has been really good this year, even without Walker. That's more of a pass, rush than the run defense. The Jags run defense has been pretty legit. So I think whatever the game script is, whether this is a back and forth, whether this is Chiefs get out ahead, they're only going to do it through the passing. And if they're playing from behind, even better. They got to do it from the passing. So that's why I like Mahomes 250. I mean, yeah, maybe you could ladder it up a little bit, but 250 is, I think, a good number for him, particularly with Worthy healthy and back.
Cooler says Diami is a good call too. I actually hit on his over receiving earlier, and good to see you in here. Stephen WC, our guy. Good to see you with the GM. Appreciate that. Okay. So we like the Mahomes over, whether you want to approach a 250, 260, for sure. And then what are other props that you're considering, Steve? And I just have to say, I just checked DK and they do have Rashad Smith receiving. Anybody? He got I think 26% of the snaps. He's gotten more, and good coach speak about using him. I'm very intrigued if we do think this is a competitive game in his receiving line, and it looks juicy. So I'll shout that out right now. I'm looking on DraftKings, plus 15 plus receiving yards, plus 102, 25 plus 176. 40 plus 379. Just shouting that out for the lotto we'll be building soon.
So I think, it's not a safe play, and this is why it was not an official play, but I really like Xavier Worthy. He's anywhere close to healthy. He's just a difference maker.
60
and
plus.
The Jags secondary is their weak point. They have some injuries there. Travis Hunter's, a rookie, and I think he should be more in offense, and I hope that continues. But their front seven, even without Walker, is exceedingly strong. Their linebackers are really good. Devin Lloyd flies all over the field. So I think that is, even though I don't mind like the Kelsey shout out, Monday Night Football, et cetera, et cetera. He's a tough matchup, but Worthy does not. I think Worthy, they were so creative getting the ball in Worthy's hands last week. Both rushing and receiving, but I like Worthy for sure.
How many yards did Worthy end up with last week?
I want to say 85 receiving, 50 rushing.
Yeah. Okay.
And he stopped playing in the third quarter because it was a blowout.
Right. Okay. What other? So you talked about Worthy, a little riskier because one false hit could be, but we love Mahomes passing. I like Rashad Smith receiving. I mentioned his prices on DraftKings. Let's see if it is up here yet. It's up here. So on FanDuel, it's around the same. A little better prices on DraftKings, but FanDuel around the same too. Mm-hmm. So. 10
or 15 yards for Rashad Smith feels good. They keep saying they want to get more involved. It makes sense.
Well, the nice thing too about FanDuel, if we build a lotto, you could do on DraftKings, it's 15, 25 and 40. So you could do 20 here if you wanted. You could do looking through the prices, it is actually better here because it's a little less here than what 15 is there on for 10, and then 15's plus 164 and 15 on DraftKings is plus 102. They offer 25, but they offer 20 here for plus 250, and 25 here is plus 360, and it's 40 here. 30 here. Whoa. Okay. The prices are way better on FanDuel. 25 is plus 360, 25 on DraftKings is plus 176. Big discrepancies. 40 is plus 379. 40 here is plus 1060. 30 is.
Well, I wouldn't go to that extreme because all three running backs are going to play. Like this.
Oh, I understand. But I mean, he got over 25 yards last week on like 4 catches. So I think you could, if you're building a lotto, if you wanted to just simply ladder this up, I find that very interesting, whether you want to go
it's good
20
to have
for
higher
50,
prices here.
25 for, oh shit. We should have built the lotto. Did they just take something down?
They just took out 25 They locked you out.
Okay.
They heard you raving about it.
Hurry, let's talk about it. We got to build our lotto. I want that one in.
Then on the Jag side, I really like ETN. He's the guy. Like, I know people don't like him, but he's looking great. He's playing well. He's getting more and more of the workload.
70 plus, if you want plus money, 70 plus 110.
And the Jags offensive line is looking pretty good, particularly run blocking.
Yeah, and so far you've been able to run on the Chiefs too. Yeah. All right. You and I both considered, because we put it in our parlay, Hunter, has kind of hovered in that 55 to 63% snap share range. Like getting him going, could be interesting because outside receivers have a rougher time. So maybe he gets going if you want to go 40 plus 134. Strange, you liked him, got a lot of usage last week for sure. 40 plus for him is plus 114. So I think those are viable looks as well. All right, Steve, let's round out this show by building a lotto here. It's the $5 lotto, basically. Each Monday night, Thursday night, just building a $5 lotto, having some fun. Now that we have Discord, we'll just throw it in our Discord. So I know who Hames is in Discord. Hopefully we can get more of you guys in Discord with us. Stephen WC, I know you're a subscriber, so be sure to check your email to get in our Discord. Because links are, and it's at the top as far as, the Substack features. You can link to our Discord, and we'd send an email, and anybody who subscribes will get access to our Discord, and join us growing from the ground up here. It'll be fun. So, all right, Steve, you know where I'm going, so I'm just going to get through it so that we can get it in hopefully soon before they take it down. Where the hell did my Rashad Smith go? Oh my God, did they take it down?
Took it away.
Did they really?
I don't know.
Steve, I'm very upset if they did. I want it. We should have stopped with that nonsense talking about other players and gotten right to.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. I'm like sweating. No. Oh, my God. Did they take it away?
I think so.
Sorry, I'm really trying to focus here.
Why don't you Control F?
Oh, there we go. Whew. Oh, they
capped it. They capped it at 20 yards.
All right, let's go. What do you want?
Do 20. Okay, do Xavier Worthy.
Okay, so you're going to push Worthy, say that he stays healthy and has a big game?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want?
What's his?
To go 80?
80, yeah.
All right, because we're just going to, did we do 3 or 4 legs on Monday night?
I think we did 4. Let's do 2 and 2, like 2 Jags, 2 Chiefs.
Well, that'll be quite a lot of then. Okay, then I'm doing, I know you might not like it, but if Mahomes, Steve and I are in lockstep about the game plan out, KC outside, Jags running. Okay, so he likes ETN and essentially Worthy too, right? Mm-hmm. Is that how I'm reading that? I think it's a competitive game. Mahomes runs in competitive games. The last 2 games haven't been competitive, but I think this one will be. Give me 30 plus yards for Mahomes running.
I'm not the biggest fan of that, just letting you know. But so you want to do 3 Chiefs? I was going to do 2 and 2.
Okay.
I think, why don't we do Travis Hunter?
Okay. Yeah. Hunter has his breakout game. Okay. Hunter has his breakout game for 50. Go ahead.
And then let's do Travis Etienne. Like
running?
Yeah.
Just running. Oh, yeah. He hasn't gotten that many receptions. All right. You think he has a big running day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 80, 90, what?
Do 90. Let's make this a real fun lotto.
Oh, that's a hundo. Yeah. So it's Rashad Smith, 20. Oh my God. I'm so mad we didn't take advantage of a 10-1 on Rashad Smith. Oh, am I mad at myself? 20 yard Rashad Smith receiving, 80 Worthy receiving, 50 Hunter receiving, 90 ETN rushing, 100 to 1. I'm getting it in. And then I will put it in Discord. And hopefully we have a little sweat here. Meg is talking about, this is our next girls vent section. That brother of mine going off of this and making me miss my play of the century. I'm wondering if it isn't the play of the century, Mike, or this whole discussion, Rashad Smith gets 20 or 25 and he saved us, but they capped us here. So, anyways, Steve, this was absolutely fun. The girls brunch yesterday, but I don't ever vent about you, my brother. So, all right. And Steve, we didn't even shout out a big friend of the channel, Chad Candles, punched his ticket to Kansas City and the Dog Bowl. We are so happy for Chad Candles. Steve's going to come visit me in a couple weeks. We need to get a Scatterboo watch party on the books with Chad Candles. I hope he's in town. Mike Rob, I saw just part of his morning stream afterwards, and Mike Rob said that you and I could babysit to go to Kansas City. And he was like, no, Megan, Steve got to get there. So Steve, would you take your sister or would you take some lovely lady or a friend?
I'd have to see.
Come on, think of it as like a business. If you got to the Dog Bowl, like business networking, right? I'm just giving Mike more fuel to make fun of me. But anyways, final thoughts for the people. This has been fun.
Yeah, no, good luck. I'll be on tomorrow afternoon and then later with Who Hames as well. But I'll be ripping some battle royales tomorrow and talking more about exposures and like where things stand after the Monday game. So
probably 1 or 1:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, probably 1:30 tomorrow, and then on with Who Hames. Definitely I'll talk about there. And then we'll have our shows later in the week. Of course, we got like Spread and Tyler tomorrow night. The Degen Dads Wednesday and Friday. So yeah, we got a lot going on.
Absolutely. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get some winners tonight. We've had a great betting week. Let's continue it tonight. Tail our lotto. If you enjoyed watching that, we'll put it in Discord. You can check out link in the description if you want free 7 days to check out our Discord and everything that we offer on Substack. But this has been fun. Everybody have a great Monday night, and we will see you next time.